considered to be one of the best comic book movies, but maybe
it is. That's the best one. It's
yeah.
the best Spider-Man.
It's
one of the
Wait,
best.
Into the Spider-Verse, not Spider-Man 2.
I mean, I've heard.
I was saying Spider-Man 2 is considered to be.
Let's say live action.
But
for live action,
you win.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
What do you put
that
in front
Endgame. That Endgame was real.
That
good.
was up to like Lord of the Rings level.
Wait, are you gonna call
Yeah.
You
Endgame
can't count
a
Endgame
Spider-Man
as a
movie?
Spider-Man movie.
I'm not saying Spider-Man. I said
said
comic
comic.
book.
Oh.
Any
Comics.
comic book
Well,
movie.
put Dark Knight on there. Number one.
Yeah, Dark Knight's pretty good.
Yeah.
Dark Knight's pretty good in a
That's all you need.
realistic culture
I can go back
way.
to my life. It's only good because of Christopher Nolan.
As the director?
I mean,
Seems like a fair thing to judge a
Right,
movie
but-
on. Yeah.
it's part of it.
Christian Bale doesn't go to church.
There's a lot of good
Christian
things in
Bale.
Dark Knight. That's my thing. Is that it's not just the fact that it's the Nolan. Because if it was just the Nolan, I feel like there'd be a lot more.
Yeah, because then
Kick-ass movies.
Batman Begins and Rises would be like top
Also
tier
in
too,
that.
but they're okay.
Rises, I understand because Nolan was like, yeah, I don't want to do anymore, but they're gonna make me do
I don't know
more,
about doing
so
Or
I'm
is
gonna
that
try
your
this
opinion?
out. And it kind of worked, but then people got shot, and then
So you
there
clearly
went all of Dark
should.
Knight Rises. Anyway, so when last we left off, the lot of you were teleported out.
Yes.
You two. The last thing you guys remember is you were fighting inside of this cave. When you come to, you guys wake up just kind of in a very small, like wooden rooms in a relatively comfortable bed. That's what you guys most recently remember. The two of you have been there for a couple of days, and you've basically been given access to the vast majority of this gentleman's tower. So there's when you guys take a look, you notice that what you remember of Gorham's tower fundamentally is the same. You still have that very large base and then the two smaller ones that are connected. But now there's a lot more that have been attached, and the trees have seemed to have gotten bigger, so the levels are also a little bit taller than they were. And there's just a lot more happening. It's almost like a full village as opposed to just like 3 spires where it once was. And then there's a lot more buildings down on the ground kind of surrounding it. So before it was like, there's a shed and like an outhouse. Now it's almost like a mini village is kind of centered around this guy's tower. Anyway.
Is that the outhouse you almost had me rappel down?
Yep.
When that bear came out.
Look, I didn't force you to do anything. So, as far as things go, a couple days pass until eventually you see a couple of familiar faces come up through the main doors of this much larger enclosure. Slaker, when last we left you,
Yep.
you were surrounded by the glowy sand stuff, and when it fades away, you see yourself in the middle of the forest, and you follow like a really large amount of footsteps for a little bit. Eventually you make it to just a little bit in front of this cave where you come across Barrett, the badass hunter dude.
I thought he was Ugorum.
No, that's the wizard. You come
The
across
evil
Barrett.
wizard?
No. Barrett is the one with the lodge.
Yeah. Is Ugorum the evil wizard or the sheep?
Sheep.
The sheep.
Ah, the sheep
Yeah.
is Ugorum.
No.
That's-
Ami, the evil wizard, died.
Thank
He was
you.
the apprentice.
Yeah.
He
Oh.
got murderfied.
You got a bit clapped.
He turned into a
Cat
giant pile
tracking?
of goop,
Hmm?
and then you killed the giant pile
Yeah.
of goop.
Probably ate some of it too.
Anyway, so you come across Barrett, and he's like, okay, so there was a gnome. The gnome's gone. I don't know where anyone went, but I'm pretty sure the Dragonborn's in there. but if we just go in there, we're gonna have a bad time. We need to hunt down and kill. So literally, you spend maybe 2 or 3 days just going like orc through orc. It's a lot of him kind of giving you like the differences and similarities to like the Feywild.
Oh, legit.
Because he's like, pretty much most of it is the same. It's just nature's a little less intense here. But on the same front, civilization is a bitch, and I hate it. So that's why I'm living in the woods, because they're a bunch of assholes. So now you know. That's basically what he passes on to you. And then at some point, between the two of you kind of keeping watch in the night, when you guys wake up the next morning, he kind of like stands for a moment and he's like, hey, so I just got a message. We need to go over to the mountain. As you approach, you eventually make it to this very large wooden tower nearby the base of the mountain. And voila, you arrive to what is Ugorum's big wooden spires, and you are reunited with Toes and a very distant and depressed Fae.
Well, I'm gonna go and pop a real heavy knee on Toes.
Alrighty. Off to a good start.
Hey, how you doing?
Saker, what the fuck? Where the hell have you been? You know, shit has gotten pretty bad since you've been gone. I'm just gonna point that out.
I was not spawning, thank you.
Okay, so basically, in your absence, we've had a few incapacitated members.
Uh-huh.
If you understand that. Galen is dead. If you remember Galen.
Figures.
The
Yeah.
dragon's dead!
And then,
Gatlin's dead! Zion and Yon are dead!
Is he being
Everyone's dead! I'm Faye. They're all dead!
But you're alive.
Sulks in a corner.
I'm gonna yell, but you're alive!
She doesn't respond. She's moping.
yeah, you can blame her for probably everything. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
No, not really. We could have used a heavy lifter at that time of the incident, but it's okay. I mean, it looks bad on me that everybody died too, but we're not gonna get into that. Anyway, let's go inside. You should probably meet the grand old wizard in here. You know, it's like 1,000 years ago or something. It's pretty nice in here.
Speaking of the wizard, where is he? I want to have a word.
Oh, you're playing.
Baron.
How many days has it been
Like
since I left?
3.5, somewhere in that range.
Well, Baron, I remembered your name. If you want to know, he's just inside. He probably had it in, probably shot anywhere. I'm sure he's got this whole place fucking booby trapped and magic eyes, and you know how it goes.
Yep.
Yes.
And he just walks past you.
I'm due for a change whenever, just so you know, Jordan.
Feel free.
I'm 110, give or take. 112.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna head inside and receive
Since when?
the good old wizard.
A month ago?
Oh, cool.
That's right before I ditched you all.
I was like, thanks for coming down.
Yeah, we haven't seen Monica
I know.
forever.
I'm sorry, guys.
This arm is just in your soul.
So we go inside?
That's
Barrett just ditched you. He's like, alright, well, you're together. Have fun. Barrett.
Oh.
The subway guy.
You know, Jared.
Baron, I feel things. You've taught me much.
This means understood. Or good.
Uh-oh.
And he walks away.
Real definitions of things. Imagine that.
There's a reason he's in Hermit's hut.
So yeah, I'm just gonna head inside and see if the old man's around.
Okay.
I will follow.
Walking in, you know that as far as like the overarching tower's layout, Egorum likes to hang out towards the top. If would you be checking in on your other party members throughout the couple days?
Yeah, because we know. Yeah. I'll just make
Yeah.
sure see other transformations going, and then just walk in and be like, yeah, we're still dead. So.
Yeah.
Well, it's not rotting yet.
If I'm correct, I'm
Walking
pretty
in.
sure you're in a chest.
Yes,
Yeah, we did
I
put you
am.
in a chest.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought so. As far as
Sorry.
Jan and Zion go, they're usually in one of two places. They're either locked in a room with just basically a bed and then a shelf, and that's about it. Or they are further down, like beneath the tree, like in a basement-ish type area, where it's a much larger kind of stone room with a bunch of random runes all over the place. In the room, they're asleep. In the basement, they're a little bit more ferocious. So between those three directions, excuse me, which way do you go?
I wish I still had the dice from the monkeys.
Oh, yeah. I don't think we have those anymore. So, anyway,
Pick a finger.
I'm gonna pick this one.
The right path.
There you go.
Nice.
So are you going up, down, or on the same level?
I'm gonna go up.
Up.
Okay. Cool. Going upstairs, you're approaching Egorum's general area. This is more where his like study is now. The study that you guys saw previously is more like an entrance area, and all of the books and stuff have been brought up, and it looks like there are a shit ton more than when you guys were first there. Like, it's just walls upon walls of bookcases scattered all around, and the cases and books seem to kind of like flow and switch places with each other. Like it's just an automatically self-organizing thing. And then some of the other people, because this is much larger kind of establishment now, there's a couple of people. Some of them look like they're more like servants. Some of them look like they're just scholars that are kind of going through and stuff.
Are they animals?
No.
Oh.
No, for the most part they're humanoids. And then when they go to put something back, everything just kind of self-corrects on the shelf and flips around and about as you kind of go along. Looking in the area, you roll perception. Yeah, that's pretty good. Meanwhile, the two of you are on the main floor. What are you guys doing? You just woke up.
What happened?
You're in separate rooms.
Oh,
Still,
Just
you could
ask
say
nobody.
what happened?
Okay.
15.
15?
Yeah.
Okay. The two of you looking through all the kind of madness and chaos and everything, you can see that there's like a half staircase that only leads a part of this level, and then there's like a smaller makeshift room that's kind of suspended in the air above some of the bookcases and stuff. As you guys kind of get up to the study area, you look up and see this kind of like designated space, and you recognize Toes, you recognize Egorum as is. You see this elvish looking man, but he definitely seems much, much more aged and weathered, like longer gray kind of hair, tons of wrinkles where he had pretty like average skin prior. So yeah, that's what you guys notice.
Hey, old man, we got some company here. You might want to speak to him.
What? What?
You know, every day I come to talk to you, and you're always looking at these goddamn books. Just come down and have a conversation for a second, if you don't mind.
If I was hunting, I'm in slot form. Just by the way.
Okay.
You probably recall the companion from
The
the
frog?
rift. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I know her.
Yeah, well, they're here.
Okay. When you say they,
Oh, well, it's the frog, and then another guy you didn't meet. Same time frame. You know what I'm talking about back in the day
What
when we
are you saying?
teleported? We're talking interdimensional stuff here.
Um,
It's pretty. He was giving me some tips on it. This is like pretty much the lingo.
I am Slot and Halfling.
he like steps a little to the left, and behind him you can see Barrett. Are you talking about him?
Yeah, that's.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
you're probably acquainted. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I told him to come here. Well, actually, wait. More precisely, I told him to go to the coven, and then I told him to come here later because Deva told me where the coven was, and I was busy.
That is confusing.
It is. It's very confusing.
How did
He
Barrett know
said,
about it? How'd
he
you know
said,
about
she
Barrett?
said, do stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I'll accept that as whatever.
Anyway, I'm gonna keep talking with Barrett. Did you see your friends? I think they're better now. I could be right.
Where do you have them? In the basement or in
Right.
the cupboard?
I mean, there's their furnished rooms.
Yeah. Furnished
those?
rooms. Yeah, well, we'll go check those out.
That's just on that's down by where you guys have been sleeping. You and Faye.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of guest rooms. They
Okay.
should be down there, unless they're not done, in which case they're in the basement. And
You-
if they're not done, then I wouldn't go into the basement.
But you say they're done.
They should be done.
All right.
He,
Yeah. Well,
he like eyes one of the guys who's like sorting through books, and he looks back. And he's like,
just kind of like acknowledge that that happened.
Yeah.
Just be like, okay, yeah. Well, we'll go check out the rooms and let us know if you need anything.
okay, probably in a minute, but let me talk with this guy, and then I'll be down in a jiffy. It's actually a unit of measurement. It's like a fraction of a second.
Yes, interdimensional talk. It's all the same stuff. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna head out now.
Alright. For the
Do
two
I
of
know
you,
this was the sheep?
yeah, you recognized him as that gentleman that came out of the sheep, but
As we leave, I'm going to bow and go.
he just lets a little smile. like he doesn't say anything, but he just
As we walk out, I'm gonna murmur, I still didn't talk to the sheep. You talked to the sheep.
I don't remember. It's been many
You were
days.
talking to the sheep.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna get into it right now. Let's go see if our human friends are animals right now. I'm just gonna start walking over towards the cupboard.
okay. So the two of you are in your respective rooms.
I'm just gonna bang on the door of one of them.
Pick one.
I don't know. It's 50-50. I don't know which room.
Yeah,
it
just
is.
pick one.
Okay, I'm at the left door. Okay, who's in it?
Okay.
Doesn't do anything for me.
Zion, you hear a
Could be like Jan's door. I have no idea.
check your Facebook. I messaged you.
I saw it.
Did you respond?
Not yet.
Can I see what's in the room, or is it like completely dark?
It's not completely dark. There's a thin slit window that kind of. It seems like it's about midday. Looking around, as far as the room goes, it's bare, but there is a relatively nice bed that you kind of
What
woke
is
up
this?
on. You weren't in the covers or anything. You were just kind of laying on it. And you hear the knock at the door. You hear that?
Ah!
Okay, Zion.
What?
Are you still? Why you make? Are you still a were-rat, werewolf, dog?
No.
Yeah, he's a. Anyway,
Food?
not food. That's Zion. I'm gonna open the door.
Are we our normal selves?
Huh?
We are normal selves.
Yeah. Oh, thank God, Zion. You're not gonna like fucking turn into a were-terrier again, are you?
I don't think so.
What is Terry?
Do you remember that? at all?
I most definitely do not.
What is terrier?
It's like a dog. Well, it is a dog. I mean, it's not. It's a cat. Anyway. Cyan knows. So how long have you been in this room?
I'm just for 5 minutes.
Now let me use my interdimensional knowledge here to think about that. So he's probably been an animal for like, within dog years, I mean cat years, that's probably like 30 days. Dude, you've been gone for a month. You've been gone for a whole month. And then
No, it's been 5 minutes.
And Jan's probably been gone as a rat like 2 years.
What?
Think about it, Zion.
Where's the blue ladies?
There's no police here. Just come
The
on
blue
out.
ladies.
No. Say blue ladies?
The blue babes.
Oh, right.
Don't
Yeah.
tell me.
So they're like half smushed. Some of them disappeared.
Oh, thank God.
Ganlin is not
What? Well,
with
yeah.
us. She's in a trunk. Like dead, but she is in a trunk in this somewhere.
Ah!
Sorry about
She's
that.
dead?
Yeah, but it's okay though. Like we got a lot of
How's
money.
that okay?
We've got a lot of money, and like a wooden mask that I'm tinkering with.
Oh,
It's okay. We'll split it, and then we'll get her back.
okay.
Yeah, we'll get. You know, remember the. Anyway. Let's get Jan because I don't want to have to say all this twice.
But I want you to explain.
We'll explain.
Well, I don't know.
We'll get there. Everybody, you know how many people I've been telling this to? Interdimensional language is hard to speak. Like, all right, let's just walk over to Jan's door and start opening it.
Okay. You see him in like quiet, contemplative thought
Is he in his
for a
full armor?
moment. He's normal. And as you creak the door open, you notice a demon enter your room.
Yes, Jan says.
Anyway, what do you do?
Toes.
Jan, what's up? You good?
No.
And Slaker.
You too?
Where have you been?
How does Slaker know
He
what
thinks
that
he's been
was?
gone
Where
for
have
2
I
years.
been?
You've been gone for 2 years. You turned into a rat, and you've been gone.
Oh, I got this.
Okay,
Ganlin is in a trunk, dead, but it's okay. We have a lot of money.
right.
You're like 2 years older, but you're not because interdimensional travel speak.
Why is she in the trunk?
She, Ganlin's dead.
But it's okay because we have money.
Yes.
I'm not trying to traumatize Zion, but instead. Sorry, Faye took it worse, so you can smile.
Yeah. If you turn around, you can see her just sitting in a chair, just rocking back and forth. her guitar is, or not guitar. What am I saying?
Violin.
Her violin is just like horribly like unstrung.
I should break it down for you guys real fast. So basically,
Were you a cat too?
he was a rat.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
I run up and embrace Toes and Slaker.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Yes.
What?
I embrace
Oh,
you.
this is a hug.
Yes.
Yeah, 2 years really warms up.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Sentimental. I care about you too, and I will not spawn you.
Mm-hmm. Well, usually.
Good.
Usually.
Good to have you back. Do you guys remember?
You want to be spawned? It's
Yes.
painful.
Not with that. Not by this. Nobody wants to be.
Not with that.
I like that.
I'm getting mixed signals here.
I'm attempting to explain this to you for your trouble with the English language
You hugged
and
me
its intricacies.
and conveyed that you did not want to be spawned.
Yes. We'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Okay. So both of you guys
Don
died.
was a scholar. He has to be exact.
That's good. So Jan Zion, this is the bad news. Maybe. You were dead. for 5 minute days and 2 years. And, because you were, anyway, I'm not going to get into that anymore. But you guys were dead. We remember those blue witches? Yeah, so I'll explain that. They killed you. It was cool. Then I hulked out, pushed some rocks on them. I heroically slayed them all. We'll probably never see them again. If we do, probably some magic. Or new ones. Well, they're dead. I killed them. And I made a lot of money because the town was just like throwing money at me. And we have a lot of friends now.
But it's okay because Ganlin's dead.
Galen's dead. In a trunk.
It is okay.
That's all I'm going to say. Just know that I'm the hero in this story.
Galen's always
No
my
to that.
hero.
And Faye is traumatized just because.
Okay.
No one
It's
cares about
traumatized. But it's okay because we have money.
She screams, cries across the room like, my baby's dead.
Faye, 2 people are back. Don't be so melodramatic. This is what I expect. All right.
Dead.
Listen, let's go get the trunk. We'll wheel it up. If we can get rats back, we can get Galen back. Proportionality, similar size. Half elf, half ling, half. I forgot what Galen was. It's been 2 days in a trunk.
Don't open it. It's smelly.
Yeah.
There's a couple flies flying above it.
Anyway, if you guys want to pay your respects, might be alright. I'll say I threw some holy water in there. It's pretty clean. Where's the trunk at? I'll start walking and I'll say, hey, just
I'd like to imagine that you and Faye's rooms, there's just a trunk
In
right
between.
right outside of them, right in between your rooms.
just walk outside and just be like, so yep, this is that's gambling.
I'm gonna start opening it.
I'm just gonna step back.
There,
Careful.
where once there was a relatively healthy colored half-elf individual. There's only some of all of the color in her skin is just gone. It's just pure pale. Like one eyelid is partially open. Her body is completely just like squeezed in there, and then underneath, you're pretty sure you can see like the sheath of a sword or something, just kind of wedged underneath. Just what's remaining of this decrepit form.
She looks as beautiful as the first day I saw her.
Tasty.
Oh, that's so nice, and that is not so nice.
Maybe you're not so nice.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, I've been told that before. I just look like Satan. Anyway, I'm gonna grab this sheath from out of here. It just feels like there's a little bit crammed in there. Maybe a hasty job was done by somebody. Anyway, Jan, you got anything to say? I've said everything, trust me.
I've missed you all dearly.
About gambling, I mean.
Yes. Gambling too.
That was not convincing.
Are you nauseous? Are you just not like gambling? What's going on?
Well, there's different feelings there.
I like the hesitation. Listen, if you want to hesitate, that's a lot of money in our pockets. I'm just saying.
How did she die?
Oh, I don't rightfully know. I'm assuming one of the blue hags, seconds before I beheaded her, probably hit her.
Probably.
Hit her in the head or something. Yeah.
Gambling, yes.
She's unconscious.
So she's sleeping unprovoked.
Mm-hmm. That's the one.
That's the one.
Oh, okay. That's one way to put it.
Is she fam?
She's fam.
Commit
She's deceased fam, but it's a little different.
Sleeping unprovoked fam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fam's still fam. The trunk is quite small. Just
Fam.
start closing the lid on it. the sheath on top. Are you doing any good there, Zion? You like mimicking a wind tunnel?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Good.
How's it going?
Pretty good. It's raining out there.
I don't like
Pretty steady downpour.
I like it better than the heat.
I
No.
do
I love
too.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the rain any day. Give me the snow any day. I like the weather.
You're what? You are Lynn? I heard I am Lynn.
I am mint.
Mr. Lynch.
Destroyer of belly
Oh,
buttons.
Scrape and Mr. Lynch. We're together make okay.
Alright,
So what's happening?
so we paid our respects. We can go back to the wizard. Let him know that you guys are alive. Yeah, that seems like an important thing to do. I'm just gonna take off.
I'm gonna follow.
You just see Toes and Slaker just start walking back up the stairway.
Come on. Take your time. I mean, you can grieve. You only get like 3 hours to grieve. Let's just get going.
Yeah, because that's like 7 years.
Get it over with.
Yeah, your rat brains.
I'm gonna turn around and start running up the stairs.
Okay.
Whoa! How long
Uh,
have I been awake for? Is this the first time I've ever woken up, or have I just been in here?
This is the first time
this
we've
is
ever
not the
woken
first
up.
time you have ever woken up.
Here.
Here? Yeah.
Yeah.
First time you consciously remember being here.
Yeah. Okay.
Beyond like the general
I heard you did
similarities from when you were first here, like way back when. But that's
Like an actual death experiences.
No.
yeah. First time you've been
That
awake
was,
consciously since
That's
you
too high.
transformed back.
Yeah.
You're
Anyway.
That's what I mean. I don't know if I've been like spending time in that room.
So
Stop thinking
the
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. I wanted popcorn.
Or just tear
Wow.
Stop thinking about it.
You want to just do it?
it. I mean, yeah, you're like full of this.
no.
Dave.
Watch out for the elbows.
Pass it on.
Okay.
Classic mechanic hands.
I'm sorry, Jordan.
Mechanic hands.
Mechanic hands.
Mechanic hands.
This is
Can you do mechanic hands?
It's gonna go flying if I
Can you do
really try.
mechanic hands? Can you do mechanic hands?
It probably just needs to be
That
kind
sounds
of
like a last name,
that
too.
is on
I
there.
think it's song is in
Yeah.
Dance Dance Revolution.
Anyway,
On the PlayStation.
Wow.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's
The
what
miracle of modern
Yes,
ingenuity.
I remember that one.
modern problems require ancient
Yeah, Dance
solutions.
Dance Revolution was pretty
Yeah. Anyway, so the full
Hey, thank you.
the four of you guys go back up towards the study area. The two of you look around and see just books flying all over the place. Shelves are reorganizing and everything that I described before. And just a little ways up, you recognize Gorham, the sheep wizard, but he seems to be much, much older and more wrinkled than when you first encountered him. Zion, you
Right.
see this elvish man that you don't like immediately recall, but you think just based on your studies as a wizard, you have a general idea of who this guy is. This is a modern master of transmutation, and he definitely has a school near Moonlit Top that you are at the very minimum familiar with, though as far as like what kind of knowledge and wisdom he has in particular. You didn't get far enough in your studies to kind of say, oh yeah, this, that, the other. So that said, as you guys are kind of approaching, you see Barrett is kind of just sitting in a chair with a large draft of ale, just kind of sipping away while Ugorum was speaking to him, and then he turns and sees a lot of you guys approach. He goes, perfect, so the two of you seem to be a lot better than you were. So I hate to be the one to break the bad news, but lycanthropy. Upon death,
Yeah.
when your heart stops beating, the curse will kind of take into effect, as well as like normally how the curses would work. So in your case, wolf during the full moon. For were rats, it's a little bit more common than that. So keep an eye on the calendar. But with
I
that,
played with a werebarbarian once, and he almost destroyed the entire campaign. During a full moon on a random encounter table.
bears are usually really nice. Anyway,
They're nice.
they're nice, yeah. There are lycanthropes that aren't assholes. It's kind of awesome. Werewolves are easily the worst of them.
Yeah, I explained all the interdimensional stuff. I think
Oh, cool.
Oh no.
So where are you guys off to now? Do you have somewhere to
We
go?
have a dead friend who looks very tasty. Do you have forks?
No. I have spoons.
Eyeballs.
Anyway, you have the dead friend.
Yeah.
I can help. I have a couple of things I have to settle here, but I can help out with bringing your friend to. I think the closest place where someone would be able to help would be Garenswell. I mean, there's Permuth, but it's a bit of a bigger city, so usually the clergymen there are more preoccupied. So I can take you guys there in like a day or two, if that works for you or not. I would ask for a favor. Yeah, I'd ask for a favor in return, but I can do that. Also, insert dialogue about how he notices your sword and how you're like, we found it in a tomb, and then offers to teach one of you or for identifying all your magic items. Off screen. So cool. In that case, I will teach you in my downtime. And for practice, give me your ring. Thank you. We're gonna be looking at this.
I see it.
This little silvery ring. Looking at it, I believe that it's a rescue ring. Basically, if anybody hits 0 health, metagame stats, if anyone gets very close to the fringe of death, you can prevent whatever attack went to hurt them. Very useful. Very good if you use it. I don't know if you guys did or not. So this is your practice.
How'd you do that?
I'll take you up to my lab, and then basically insert time for them to learn how to do. Yay! So that's a very powerful ring. It would, probably often prevent someone from dying.
Oh, that would be helpful.
I wonder why we would be giving this item.
Or even went to a market and purposefully bought the item and then didn't use it.
I didn't know that happened.
He bought the
That
item.
would have been cool.
He went and bought it and then didn't use it. Let me reread what it says. Reaction: when an ally you see takes damage, you activate it to create a protective aura. If they would go to 0 HP, they instead go to 1. Once per long rest. You can do that one a day. That would have been incredible.
I see one argument. That's awesome.
Anyway, if you want
How
to,
long since I bought?
Before I got here.
in game, a couple weeks.
Out of months.
Out of probably months. So that's what you find.
It wasn't really me right after I bought it. So.
Anyway,
Anyway.
under
Oh, it's right there.
proficiencies, yep, And also, because I am a generous god, go to your giant Google Drive, and you will see all magic items you have currently identified in your Google Drive.
Wow.
It's all there.
God,
With your stats and whatever descriptions in the title. Basically, you have resistances to fire damage when picking
Those
up
gauntlets,
things
yeah.
because of your gauntlets.
Mm.
Remember that, because that's your job.
Yeah,
If you
gotta
don't
touch all
use
the
your
stuff.
items,
Oh, I know.
you fucked it up. And then you have your average ring.
Average ring, and I have a mask and a candle that I don't know what they do yet.
Yep.
Yep. Boom.
And then he called out your sword as being kind of cool,
Mhm.
but you
Yeah.
still don't know what it is. Zion, after learning about this and returning his rescue ring, you have a couple of things that, if you would like to, you can choose to attempt to identify them. There's Yon's sword, there's Toes' mask, and then Toes also has a black candle that he doesn't know what is.
I also have a hippopotamus leg, skin, antlers, and a full bottle of alcohol.
None of which are magical, though magical moments can be had with the alcohol.
And I have a shin guard.
And the moose skin.
And the shin guard.
Moose skin.
Anyway, what would you like to identify if you want to?
It's a summer shin guard.
I would like to identify. Do I get +2 in the Arcana?
Yeah, under other proficiencies, write +2 when identifying items.
Hell yes.
Oh, okay.
You all have to also remember that in case you can identify anybody else.
What, Waluigi?
No. Nico Luigi.
Nicology.
Yeah. He's new.
Part of
Okay.
that new
Tap, 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 tap.
Snap Bros DLC.
Everybody's
I would like to identify Yon Sword.
Oh my god, where are my things?
Okay, go ahead and roll Arcana, and then you have your +2 now.
Don't use the green one.
Okay, so the +2 with the other
Wait,
plus.
you have to roll that in here.
Oh. Okay. 24.
24?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, you do it.
My
Taking
God,
a
you
look
did it.
at the sword, you identify it as the buried blade of the Tristanian Order.
Oh shit.
You remember the Tristanian Order was the tomb that you guys were in.
Oh.
So buried blade in the tomb we were in. Yeah, that makes sense.
On the sword, you can see there's magical runes that read, "Ye that wield this blade bring justice to those that wrought wrongness to others." And statistically speaking, when you use it and you know about it, you can use the magic to give you +1 to hit, +1 damage. And if you're attacking orcs, you get a total +4 to hit instead of just +1. So it's a really good sword, but it's even better against orcs.
Yes, you tell me these things.
Like, it's a sword from my kid, too.
It's a sword from Tomb. It works really good on orcs, like the paper.
Does. How well?
Like +4.
Oh, gods.
And with magic, right? With
Yeah, it'll basically magically seek out the best part of the orc to hit, basically.
alright, and then for other foes, it was
It's just a normal +1. So +1 to hit, +1 damage, but even better with orcs.
even without paper orcs. It's +1 to hit and +1 to damage for other foes.
Ooh, now do mine next. No, I'm just kidding.
That's what she said.
Plus
That's
50.
what she said.
All right. Well,
Good stuff.
so is everyone ready
That's what she said.
is everyone
That's what she said.
Is everyone ready to go? Dude. Stop.
Let's start. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Ready.
So everyone ready to head out? We're gonna be meeting with I believe his name is Father Rudy.
Oh yeah.
Is that Gern's well?
Should I not be a frog?
Wait, hold on.
Hmm?
Should I have a human face?
If you want.
I'd like be a natural, but
Look, if you want to go all natural, that's up to you. I don't know how Rudy.
I am
handles
currently all
slugs.
natural.
Yeah. If you wanted to stay that way, that's on you.
Okay.
Wait, are you having Rudy do the revivation?
A riveterge?
A rividerci?
Yes, I think he's revivifying.
I
don't know.
I feel
It's
like,
outside my area.
are you sure that's a good idea? Because that's how we have a couple of rat men here.
Yeah,
We're just gonna do it again, just throw caution to the wind.
if you pay him, he'll use material components. I think we've discussed this at one point.
But it's
Oh,
okay
you're
because
right,
we
you're
have
right.
a lot of money.
Right.
Before,
Money, we gotta give
before I
away.
believe you said that you
The ritual.
didn't do that, and then you went the ritual way, which
Yeah.
is a pain in the ass.
Okay, well, I thought Rudy was just being a cheapskate because he's a cheapskate. You know?
What is ass? I don't know.
Well, literally it's a donkey. Metaphorically, it's a butt.
That's not confusing at all.
No, I don't know who designed common. I hate it. Anyway, seriously, through, though, and thought, spelled really similar, but they're all
Your
different.
spelling.
Anyway, off and away we go. Let's grab that chest before we forget it. That's the one where
With the dead body, yeah. Oh, you got it.
So he's over
Do
here.
you need me to carry it?
He looks at the just sunken in face of Faye, who
Oh, yeah.
whatever mascara or whatnot is just like permanently etched down her cheek at this point. Probably hasn't showered in a couple days. She's holding the chest. And he goes, "Alright, I think she has it. Unless anyone wants to stop that."
Nah,
Nah,
I'm not gonna
good.
do it.
Okay, cool. And he just he does a little snap and woof. You guys in a flash of light reappear in front of the well at Garen's Well in the town square, just across the way from the large marble and limestone
So we're back where we
church.
started.
Yeah.
Close. For the two of you, you're at the tomb nearby. Anyway,
Huh?
that was your guys' first session, was at the tomb. They
Uh-huh.
started in Garen's Well proper.
Uh,
Anyway, so so he just walks up to the church steps and just he leans against the door and without leaning, you guys standing outside can hear like clatter and noises and stuff, and it's like, "Oh Lord, is that good?"
oh, it's this guy.
He's just kind of sitting there twiddling his thumbs, and he's like, "Hello, yeah, you're Pastoral Rudy? Yeah, that's me, all right." And Igor just kind of like, "I would like to have a word with you, but after you help these fine folk," he creaks the door open a little bit more, and he goes, "Oh, look who it is! Well, I'll be. Where's the bird and the other half elf?" Faye starts crying.
We got the half elf in the trunk, and the bird is on the loose.
Do you have air holes in that trunk?
She's dead, but it's okay because we have money.
Don't say how much. Anyway.
You never told me how much. How much?
None.
We don't have any money.
We have money to negotiate, but you know, we'll get there.
Well, okay. Well, if it's short notice, if you have money, then we can use the gemstones that I have in stock. But if you don't have money, it's going to be a very similar thing with last time. Don't break the salt line and all that.
Yeah, that went well. I think we're gonna spring for the gems. If you got them on discount,
Okay.
70%
How long has she been dead?
3 days, 2 or 3 days.
A couple of days. Okay.
I'll probably make it 5. We waited around a little bit. We read some books. He knows a lot of stuff now.
Okay. Technically, I think if it's only 5 days, then here, let me just open that up. Let me see the state of the body. He takes a look and he's like, well, there's no missing limbs. That's good. I don't see bowels or any innards that are kind of strewn about.
Doesn't it smell good?
Oh, that's yep, that's 5 days. Okay.
Who?
So
Barrett. B-A-R-O-H-D.
alright. So if it's only 5 days, then technically we're not resurrecting, which is good, because that's lighter on your pocketbooks.
Cheaper, good.
It's just raising the dead. Resurrecting is more soul focused, and you kind of like bring the body back with it a little bit. You can only have like a pinky, and you can have a full person come out of that, or you can, if you're really looking to waste your money, you can bring a whole person back with nothing at all. But that's like, I think for gems it's over 20,000 alone in gold. It's very expensive. Anyway, for raised dead, it's only I would charge the 5, 6, presuming we succeed. 700 gold. Most of that is for materials. Another roughly 100 for my services on short notice.
Wait, is that for each? 700 each, or just for all?
Total.
Okay, we're good.
And then it's another 100 for you guys because the paladin didn't deliver my order and he took it with him.
So that's
Do
900
you still have
total?
that?
The order.
It's 700 total.
Oh, okay.
But if I have my package, because I went to go to the tinker's shop and they didn't have it, so I'm assuming you took it, because I told you to go and get it. Package for Rudy.
I believe I did deliver that.
Sure
I
did.
don't have it. I don't have it with me.
Cool. Well, all right. That'll be 700 gold.
All right.
And we got
Cool.
millions, right?
Gone, dude.
That was quiet to you.
Okay. Still, I'm gonna be like, all right.
Millions. What is millions?
Keep
Of
your voice down.
leaves. Many leaves.
Right.
Many
We have
leaves.
millions of leaves, just a lot of leaves.
Oh,
Just how many are in the world?
I'm sorry. You're paying a gold leaf, not.
No. We have gold coin.
Oh,
We were just
But what is
God.
millions?
millions is like more than one. At the very
Screw
least.
you.
well, I will be back in a minute.
We'll just get the
Father,
money.
I would like to ask you one quick question. What's that? Who and all was involved at that ritual for? I think they said the bird man.
Mm-hmm.
Who was all there for the bird man?
Yep, I was.
Everyone here except
Gallons
the
of
bird, and then
Oh my
my assistant Finn.
And then we're missing one
yeah.
more. He went
Yeah,
away.
the fellow with not a lot.
Yeah, the nice
There.
one.
Yeah, Damien, right? What's his name? I just throw out a name that's not his. Satan?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah,
been a while.
Big D.
Yes, Satan.
That guy. Yeah, that's everyone. And he goes, alright, perfect. Well, I'll see if I can find Finn. Is he just floating around the town? He should be blessing a coming trades caravan. Wait,
Classic fan.
it's noon, right? Looks at his wrist. Anyway. Yeah. Cool. Yes. Bye. Igor walks away.
The voices are the same. You lost me like 2 switches ago.
I know. Anyway, Ugorum is finding Finn, and Rudy gestures the lot of you and the chest into the church. He looks at the lot of you and goes, "All right, if you've got the cash, go ahead and set it upon the altar. Again, that's 700 gold coins, and I'll go through and count it. Let me go and fetch the items needed for the ritual."
Okay.
And
Do you need help?
well,
Oh.
I mean, it's
How
designated bureaucracy. It's fine.
how long?
For in total, or however long it takes for you guys to count the coin, and then I'll be back before you're done counting, because I know where it is.
Okay.
And then the ritual will be about an hour,
Okay.
if that's what you're asking. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Great.
What is an hour?
It's more than a minute.
I don't know why I trust you so much.
Yeah, you shouldn't ask me these things.
I'll be back in a minute for the hour-long ritual.
Right.
And then he walks down the corridor, like slightly faster than normal. Just kind of. Yeah, you see him like set a hand on one of the church pews, and it just kind of falls down as he puts his weight on it. Anyway, yeah, count it out, 700 gold.
Alright.
Where are you guys taking it from?
We're gonna take it from that chest we found with the 2,000 gold that nobody knows about.
Did you write that number in the chest? Or is that in individual people's inventories?
No, that's the chest number that you gave us when we found it in the witch's tunnel.
But is it still in the chest? Or is it on someone's person?
I believe it's still in the chest. Is that gonna be back at Eucorums? Where do we have it?
Click, party inventory. Giant ass chest, iron weighs 2, bludgeoning scabbard weighs 1. I don't have gold in that chest.
Or there was a second chest.
Don't look at me. I'm in the chest.
Because we had the trunk, there was the chest.
I know what you're talking about. I'm saying, where is it accounted? Where did you guys write that number down?
Oh, I got it right here on this paper. I wrote
Okay.
everything that we got out of that chest on here.
Okay.
I think Cameron said she was putting it in the group
Yeah.
thing, but I guess that never happened.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah.
Okay. As long as that's written down somewhere.
Yeah, I got
That's what I'm looking
everything
for.
that's in there was written down right here.
Cool. Alright. Do you want to write in the new total?
Minus
Or
700.
Ganlin, can you write in the new total?
So it's basically just 1,300 now.
For party gold.
Gold points.
Mm.
Points. Not GP.
Nice.
1,300.
Yeah.
Are you the anonymous blue whale?
Apparently.
Wait, how much is
Who's the anonymous blue shark?
what does 1 platinum equate to in gold?
No, she's the reef shark.
If I'm right, it's hundreds.
Oh.
100 up through the whole lot.
could just technically hand over like 7 platinum.
Let me
It's
double
not
check
worth it.
that. I think that's the converting. Oh no, it's 10 gold is 1 platinum.
Oh, 10 gold.
10 gold is 1 platinum. 10 silver is 1 gold. 10 copper is 1 silver. 10's not hundreds.
Gotcha.
That's what I was trying to say.
Alright.
Anyway,
And
So we counting out that gold.
are you putting anything else in the chest as a party inventory, quote unquote?
What do you mean by that?
So,
Like items on person?
stuff that you guys found while you were going through everything. Is there anything else that you would be like, yeah, I don't care if this is for the party as a whole, or this is mine and mine alone. If you guys have stuff on you, I'm assuming that it is just you that can have access to,
Right.
etc., unless someone is purposely trying to steal it from you. Well, if it's in the party inventory, I'm just saying that it's basically free access to people who can get to the chest,
I would
if that makes sense.
I don't know if everyone agrees, but as far as like all the jewels and all the money just being in the group chest, because I don't see any reason to compartmentalize at least that amount of it. I mean, we could always take some from the chest as needs be later. But items, I don't know. I think items, everyone pretty much has their items from what we've gathered.
I'd say party gold should be party gold, found in crawls and stuff. It's for everyone.
Yeah.
For like rations.
Necessarily know about? Question mark?
I don't have any.
Maybe?
Yeah, I
I don't
think
know.
Cam Faye grabbed a bunch at one point in that last place. I don't know how many she has, but yeah. But that can be personal. I don't really care.
Yeah. Does anyone have other spare things that they would want to put in the chest? Another purpose for putting things into a chest as opposed to having it on your person is for encumbrance.
Yeah.
That's another thing that it would be helpful for you guys, where, like, if you have 2 or 3 sets of armor, it would not necessarily be a bad thing to throw it in the chest as opposed to carrying it all the time. I don't know if anybody has
Well,
something like
Slaker
that.
sees hippopotamus legs as family as group food, so Slaker would be willing to throw those in.
Okay. Whoever's tracking it, write that down.
Who's tracking it?
I think. Galen, are you writing it down?
I've got like on
How much
Word,
moose?
the Google document.
Hippopotamus legs.
Okay.
2 of them.
Do you want to write that in? Good for a small amount of time.
Wait, if you just
I'm
want,
deleting
like,
it off
the
mine.
list,
I trust it's going
it's
in
a lot to
yours.
write, unfortunately.
What? How much space was it?
Never.
Wait, and then
Yay.
forget the mask and
Also, stuck small as balls.
I'll be carrying.
Like, properly. It's so weird. Right? I'm like, my hands
Yeah, I
didn't
don't
get
know.
bigger, did
It's a
they?
weird one.
I questioned my sanity for a minute. I'm like, am I
I've
Thanos?
never seen it that small.
The bottle. Like, compare the size of the bottle, it's just smaller. Just a little bit. Just enough for me to question if I'm a giant.
Reminds me of the Deadpool line. Maybe you recall.
Alright.
I'm gonna go up to Toes and start pulling on his cape.
What's up, sorry?
Hands high.
What?
Counting money, I'm trying to focus.
Do you have a black candle?
Yeah, I got a black candle.
I'm gonna identify it.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna say you can do that after the ritual.
Okay.
Alright, well you can hang on to it. I don't want to carry it
I'm gonna hold it like a baby.
We're gonna put the whole party inventory, sorting out where all that is. I'm gonna say that's in the days where you were all at the tower, basically, and then
Okay.
maybe into tonight in game.
Sounds good.
That was me. But. Flintinium? For those zones.
Wait, that's the 2,000 gold that's up there, right? Wait, what's this 2,000 gold?
That's the throw where we deducted from, so.
So it's not that.
No, it's not that.
Okay, is it still 11,000 silver?
Yeah. I think the copper is all in Faye's bag. I think she just took all the copper. Wait, did she take all the copper from
I think so.
the first chest or the second one? I think she took it all. We can just go with it. I don't care. It's copper. It's all good.
What is this?
Spinel.
What's
It's like a
this?
type of stone. And then, yeah, it's just all these stones.
This year's the last season for your witches.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Ever?
Yeah, they're tearing it down to make apartments.
That
Too
place
bad I
was
can't ride
rocking.
roller coaster
Your
still.
witches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
I didn't like it that much.
I liked it better than Lakeside.
Yeah.
So it's like-
I like Lakeside.
Lakeside's sketch.
Scary.
That's
Yep.
why it's
Um,
fun.
You just feel like it's
Part
gonna
of
fall
why it's
apart.
fun.
Lakeside hurts.
Are you
Witches doesn't.
No,
hurt.
only if you go on the shipwreck.
Right.
You're blind.
Even the side
I guess I have it.
No,
I do
the, I will disagree fundamentally with that.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
Is that everything?
Yeah, it should be.
Thanks for doing that. It's actually really scary. That's why I love it.
Wait,
No.
is the one that's in their magical, or is that a
I
separate?
don't think I ever want to do
That's a separate thing. That's on me.
that.
Okay.
Maybe I'd do it
Okay.
now, actually.
So there's not two
I'd
masks.
probably be a
No.
no, though.
Yeah.
At least now I'm considering.
Pussy.
Yeah. I don't know if you can say that. I think I'm screaming out of a room because of it.
What? Hey Viola, wanna hear a joke? Yeah, sure. Melody. I don't get it. I know you don't.
You're kind of Alicia.
Oh yeah.
You're great. It's
Wow.
It's so
Back
good.
in elementary school.
That's a nerd.
I didn't. That
Nerd
game
joke.
didn't exist in elementary.
Or junior high.
9th grade.
Pretty close.
10th. Maybe 10th.
In other words, it was like
It's
more
10th.
than half a decade ago.
High school.
Alright. Anything else going in or out of the inventory?
Drugs.
I do not have drugs.
I think it's good.
I
Do you
can find
guys,
some.
are you any of you carrying shit that you don't want to carry and just want to have in party availability?
No, I like my antlers. And I have a
I don't
blanket
carry
and skin.
much.
I'm
That
good.
has a weight, right? The skin.
I don't think so. I think you gave me weight.
Okay.
What one?
Deciding. Nah. Just put 0.
Okay.
That way we know that it's weighed at 0. If that makes sense. I'm treating it more as a blanket than as a hide. That makes more sense. Or as a tarp. That's another way of saying. David, did you get dice?
Oh no, this is mine.
Okay. I was like, wait, what?
We can go get dice though.
We should.
Yeah.
Wizard
Maybe Friday we'll go get dice.
Don't do it Friday. Do it Saturday. I can do things on Saturday.
He's out of town on Saturday.
David.
Yeah.
Thursday.
I have a date first. Oh no, I don't have a date.
Thursday.
I'm with Choir Boy Thursday.
Earlier on
I'm-
Thursday.
I'm
I'm
with-
waiting on Thursday.
I'm with future roommate on Thursday.
Sunday.
This is news to me, buddy. last turn. It's gonna be so fun.
Cool.
Nick is also creating
Up
monsters.
resurrection rolls. Oh, another thing that I did for you guys,
It's pretty scary.
for resurrecting the house rules, I have what everybody's DC is currently. So how difficult is it to resurrect you? Technically, the only person that it is more so difficult for is Nugget, but I don't know if Nugget will ever play it. But I have everybody that's played, with the exception of Angela's character. So there's a chart now. We can figure out how hard it is to res or not res you. Anyways, Rudy comes back with a pretty sizable diamond, and he's like, "All right, everyone, admire it, because it's gonna be burnt in a second.
Why? What? How?
This is what resurrecting people, well, raising the dead with components looks like." And then he kind of just sets it down and he's like, "Alright," and he picks up the body and lays it on the altar. It's just kind of stuck there in rigor mortis. And then he goes, "Alright, so to cast this, we need to attempt to coax the soul back into the body." Oh yeah. So if anybody has anything to say, to do, to persuade this young woman's soul back, now is the time.
I'm in you.
Alright, is that just a persuasion roll?
Let me see if I got any good points for that. I'm going to. Wow, my charisma is just shite.
If you're doing that, roll it now.
Can someone do this for me?
Charisma?
Charisma.
And depending on how, like, good or bad you act it, it'll determine how good or not you are at succeeding.
Listen, I got
That might also rely on how Gamlin would perceive it,
Okay.
assuming the soul can hear or understand what's being said. So if it's like, "Gamlin, you should come back, it'd be helpful," I guess, that might not work. But if you give, like, a kind memoir type thing,
Okay, I
that
got
would
it.
be more,
I got it.
oh boy.
This is straight from my notes. I'm gonna walk up and make a high-pinched, squinty face,
I pinched.
kind of like this. And I'm going to give a hug and say, "I care about you, fam." I don't want to say spawn off, and then I'm gonna smack my face in a sign of appreciation.
I like to imagine that
This is a whole
Slaker is
ritual.
also narrating it like this.
Probably is.
Is there anything else I'd like to say?
Real convincing.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Alright, Galen, how do you take that?
Beautiful.
Well, from Slaker, it actually means a lot.
Okay. Slaker,
Because I know all the definitions
All-
that we've given.
yeah. Slaker, I'll rule that as a performance roll and with advantage. Because you did less speaking so much as doing. Alright, what'd you get?
14.
14? Alright. That's successful. There are two more opportunities for you guys to try to coax Gamlin back. face too much of a mess to partake.
Faye goes up, goes, I'm sad. I need to flip. I try to bring the fluid down. And walks away.
I can say a few words. Galen, we're not going to discuss the money yet. We'll wait. We'll wait for when you get back. But I'd like you to know, for a time, I've grown to appreciate your company in the party. You know, it's been good times. I'm like, yo, what's Galen doing? Probably putting up a smoke screen. Probably making it really hard to see. I don't know how many times I was unconscious in one of those. And I gotta say, useful asset, truly, in the right context. And I'm telling you, I can see the future, and there's gonna be a time where that's gonna be dropped at the perfect moment, and it's gonna be awesome. And I can't wait to see it. And I remember when you hid in those rocks, and I was like, wow, I wish I could hide in rocks like that. And then I turned myself into rocks. That was kind of cool. I mean, I tried to hid behind. So anyway, you know, come back. It'll be good. It'll be good to have somebody in here who's got a level head. Zion cares. It's important. Much love.
Alright, roll. Persuasion advantage.
Ooh, I hit high persuasion. Good. Now I got that checklist on here. Let me see. 19.
19?
Yeah.
Alright.
It's like you were chugging along with a train.
Anybody else? Performance and persuasion have been taken. So if you're doing something, you have to do a different skill.
Strength save. Get back to life.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say it. That's not allowed.
Not
Smack
If
the
you really
lavender.
want, if you really wanted to, I might put that under intimidation.
Yeah.
You sure it's not animal handling?
No,
Wow.
no. Actually, I had a thought about that. I think animal handling would be if you had a pet that you're taking care of there when you're trying to bring them back. I think that's what I would put that under. Because I had that thought at some point, and I went, "Oh my gosh, that's so sad." Anyway,
Is it?
Slaker and Toes have
Done our
their
job.
share.
Mission accomplished.
So Zion and Jan,
Mission
you're either doing or you're not.
impossible.
John, you're really intimidating.
He's dead though.
Just said you're really intimidating.
Yeah, why?
You should bring her back.
I wished that.
This game
all of
was
us-
You have the
so
most
here they're
friends, right?
whispering.
You could do it.
What can I get for charisma?
Are you charismatic?
I mean, performance.
what can I
and
take
for
for
charisma? Can't really lie.
Performance and persuasion is taken.
I know.
Dude, you got intimidation like out the wazoo. Come on.
They're gonna let you die.
I'm gonna start laughing that way.
No, they're just gonna make it easier for you to die.
Are you just
Alright,
gonna
I'm
stare
gonna-
at their dead
Yes.
body and use that as intimidation?
Come on, Zion.
Yes,
you
I'm
just
gonna
gotta
say, Gamlin,
there you go.
return yourself to us at once. Your work is not done.
Gavin doesn't take orders from
I like to imagine there's a voice crack in
Isn't it?
Okay.
He takes requests.
Okay. Roll intimidation at disadvantage. Yeah, because of her reaction.
11.
11?
11 it.
Was that a 6 or an
5.
8? Oh.
I don't have a number 11.
I rolled a 10, then I rolled a 5.
Commercials does it.
I have 2 number 1s. That's all they have. Be there.
face.
What a face.
Jan's attempt does not succeed. Alright.
Fuck your disadvantage.
Rudy's roll.
Rudy Tuesday.
There
Go.
Delicious.
Should I have Gamlin? DM rolls.
Any shot asked.
Rudy.
So,
Super Rudy.
You played Rudy and Rudy.
Yeah, he's also back up.
Oh yeah.
Paul Rudd. Paul Rudy.
Rudy has to beat a 5.
Alright.
Uh-oh.
That's cool.
Gamlin,
I'm dead.
It's 2 for 2, right?
I know.
you're dead.
No, that's
Oh
dead.
shit. So we got our money back.
What did
Right?
Rudy
What the
do?
fuck?
I thought we
You
were
got it
going
too.
into the spirit realm to save her.
Why didn't he get
Ten-
advantage?
Technically, it's less Rudy and more. Does the soul come back? If that makes
Does
sense.
the soul want to? You're like, no, it's pretty comfortable up here.
Not even does it want to. It's more like, do the forces of death and fate in the universe say as much, or
Sure.
no?
Okay.
What did Rudy roll?
A 2.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Galen's meant to be dead, guys.
Oh, that's no bueno. Well, shit. That's unfortunate.
You guys get all my stuff now.
Put it in the party.
Yeah.
We're not just gonna just leave your body in there and say, we'll go through it later. No, I'm just kidding.
We'll go through the body later.
Oh no.
Slaker would.
Don't let Slate
The the gemstone, the gemstone burns away as the ritual is complete, and Genlin's soul does not return to her body.
You hear a faint, don't let Slaker eat me.
Just in the off distance. Don't do it.
I heard Slaker eat me. Rudy looks at everyone and says, well, her soul has reached far beyond the mortal plane. We won't be able to contact it, at least with this spell. There are stronger incantations, but I would not be capable of them. That if you wanted to, you could attempt, possibly, but more often than not, once the soul is gone, that's the end of it. Do you know any family of the deceased?
That's a negative.
She is fam.
Just us. Yeah. As far as that goes.
Spawn off, fam. Spawn off.
That's an appropriate Slaker send off. Spawn up, fam. Spawn up. Right?
Alright. Well, if you would like, there's certainly there are spaces available here at Garenswell that we can bury her at, or if you wanted something else like cremation or the like, we can achieve that as well.
Who else?
You can scatter some ashes, that'd be cool.
Not yet. Who else would be capable of these more powerful incantations?
Oh, yes, yeah.
My brain went Steve Rogers, maybe, from Infinity War.
When you said that, though, my brain went Steve Harvey.
When you said my brain went, I thought you were gonna say that Omar.
Eat all parts.
Who can use these more powerful incantations? Who buys these Autobots?
Ami?
Yeah, Ami.
Oh. No,
I
my
got
brain,
it
my brain
This
thought thought where it's like who could track vision down? Steve Rogers, and then everyone's like, oh god, maybe. Anyway, Rudy looks and he says, the only person that I could think of would be the head of the church
Yeah, I know. How rude.
in Donberg, probably. There might be someone else, but that's the only person that I know. You would need, you would either need a true resurrection, which runs in the 20,000 gold range, or a wish.
The wish is
I mean, most people associate it with like genies and lamps, but
Basically, the
a
DM telling you
far-
you're screwed.
far beyond, far beyond me.
But you can keep trying if you want.
Specifically animal.
Yes, but it is also an exclamation of despair or displeasure.
So,
Okay.
what would you like for the body?
Eat it.
the
Probably
body.
get- probably get an
Zion
herb.
says, I call for feet.
Burial, ashes.
I'd say we go with ashes. You see a lot of desecrated tombs nowadays. Probably better not to be intact.
Well, if
I mean,
she were to be buried, it would be in the graveyard just outside of here. Literally, I mean, right out the doors. So this would be holy ground.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Cremation or burial? I like cremation.
Cremation.
Why can't we just eat her?
Yeah, alright. We'll put another vote towards cremation. just another reason. We're not gonna eat gammon.
Why not? It's food.
Well, it's old food, and we're not gonna get into it. We don't eat fam.
Human
That's the way
semantics
it's
do
gonna
not
run down.
allow. Human semantics do not allow for consumption. Of
I am not human.
Yeah, some of us are.
Half elf.
Or
Actually,
similar.
none of you
things.
are.
Yeah.
Not a single one of you
I
is
was
human.
thinking about those similar things. My culture does not
Semantics of the
partake.
world.
Yes,
So we eat her.
of many cultures do not permit.
Can I at least get the eyeballs? Oh my god, please.
No, probably not. It seems like it should
Gamblin
be.
says, "Oh hell no!" Comes back to life. Slaps like.
That's
That's what I
actually
should have
toast.
done. You
Yeah.
get back here, I will eat you.
That probably wouldn't work.
Intimidation.
Yeah.
Can we go back?
Yes, I vote that should be attempted.
Yeah, get a sweet urn, scatter the ashes.
Put them in cereal.
Bro, that's
That's
sick.
good.
urn.
That's a sick urn. No, dude, what we do is we just
Do you
get
put
there
your
and we
grandma
put
in
the
that?
diamond ashes in one.
cereal? What is
That's-
grandma?
You'll never know.
The best kind.
Um,
Just the best.
Hey.
Just eat these. The cyanide corpse just have like a copy. Yeah, eat this one.
Jordan's typing up something over there.
Yeah, I'm basically just condensing what
perception.
just happened into a quote.
Well, a lot just happened, so.
I like how it says quote.
Right.
Yeah.
Quotes quote. What is that?
Whoa! That's a moth.
Jeez,
Oh.
where'd it
Oh
come
hell
from?
yeah! It's moth season.
Where'd it
Where?
come from? It just like flew up over David's head out of nowhere.
You know, it's moths.
It's the spirit of gambling.
Oh my god.
Come to us, spirit of gambling.
So we're putting it to a vote?
This is crawling.
Yeah,
inside
we
of
have
that shit.
2 votes cremation, 1 vote each. No, what
He's freaking out.
Here, buddy.
do we do?
Come on, come to my home.
You're
Come
freaking
on.
out. I am. This is scary.
I like to call my mouth.
Go on.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Is it in your hand?
Yeah, you just
No.
got it.
No, it didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, it didn't.
David, put that
I
thing back
will
where it
break
came
your
from. Or
nose.
So
something.
help me.
It's probably already been broken.
Put it outside.
I had to do that at college because everyone didn't want to.
Just
You're not the one who
hand it
ate
to
the
grab
cricket,
it
were
and let
you?
it go.
No,
Yeah.
that was Josh.
That's
Because I was like,
Good.
I was like one of the
hi.
people that like worked in the office
Oh, there
in
he goes.
there, and then they were like, hey,
Why would you
would you do that for me? And I was like, and I got him and threw him out, and I left a note on my professor's like
He was
So
too
two
fast
for
for you.
eating, one for cremation.
yeah, one eating, 1 vote eating, 2 vote cremation. Jan, you're the deciding vote. Burial, cremation, or eating.
Eating, obviously.
You can split the vote, doesn't matter. I think we have a. How much is
Just the
that?
burial. I mean, like,
Well, you already paid for a resurrection.
Yeah.
I would be willing to include that.
David, why didn't you
Throw
put
in a
it
nice
outside?
note.
What?
You
Oh,
better.
it went outside this room.
You think?
it did actually.
For,
Yeah, now it's
for a
flying around
burial,
the
we would
house.
just basically I would just ask one of you to
Scary
dig
in the
it
middle of the
because I don't know where mine is.
To what?
Stupid.
Dig the hole.
You gonna dig a hole? Do we want to bury?
No, we want to eat.
You really?
See, I'm saying there's people that dig holes
It
up.
sounded like it was 2 votes cremate, 1 vote eat,
1 vote for burial.
1 vote bury, and then 1 abstain.
Yeah, exactly.
No vote.
She's not voting. She's not here to vote. No, I can't make that call.
Alright.
No. No. I flipped that when I deem it necessary.
I just wanted
I just want
to. It wasn't for any time at all.
That was impressive.
We could all carry some of the ashes. Do like a memento. Or pepper.
Don't go.
So,
That's still who you are in my phone. Yeah.
so
The emoji with the
are we
head.
cremating then? Are we burying?
We're eating.
No.
Let's go with the cremation.
Cremation.
Eat.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be quicker.
Alright.
There are some jobs.
You don't know how fast eating is.
Cremation isn't
I'm gonna go with the
quicker. It's about the same amount of time. It's just, it's whether or not you want to have a slot here in the graveyard.
I think it'd be better to carry around. It's just a way to share the adventures. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion.
There are some jars and vials on Galen's body.
That is also true.
Interesting.
Could split the ashes.
You could.
You can have your share of Galen's body. In ash.
Slaker doesn't get any.
I'll put him in stew.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking.
I have a hippopotamus leg. I can stuff it.
That's the parties now? No, I'm just kidding. Sorry? No.
Anyway, so if you want to hear my loose quote of what just happened, why can't we eat her? The party slot referring to the now dead party member. Human semantics dictate we do not eat the fallen friend, the Azamar. Well, I'm not human slot. Well, some of us are.
Some of us are similar.
Me, the intellectual DM. Actually, none of you are human. Not a single one of you in the party are human. 5e, everyone.
You've been staring at it for like the past hour. Just get it.
What is he looking at?
A watch.
Easy.
Do you have a watch currently?
It's half broken.
Oh, yeah.
Half broken?
I mean, it still tells time, but it doesn't.
So what's wrong with it?
The analog part doesn't tick.
Like the second hand?
No, it's just
Oh.
the whole analog part.
Oh, is
it
it
has
part
a digital
digital? Oh,
component.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
So we eat.
You know what you
Funny
should
watch.
do? You need to open it up, set it to 5 o'clock, and then I'll have it on digital, so it's like, well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Just do that, because that's awesome. That's a brilliant idea.
Actually, that's great.
Right? Anyway.
Compliments on idea. That's a brilliant idea. Why, thank you. DM bantering with himself. That Jaeger is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It is good.
Now it's
I don't
5
really
o'clock,
taste it
so-
until I like breathe in.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Are you just having it straight up? I thought you were putting it in tea.
Gamlin is not well.
I think we're back. Yay, we're back.
It's like the most ironic sound I could have come up with. Gamblin's well. No.
Anyway,
Gamblin's dead.
now that we're back, do you want to go on a break for a quick minute?
Yeah.
I have to leave in like an hour.
I know.
Okay.
We'll call it Gamlin's not well.
Your boy needs to go to the bathroom.
Or Gamlin's unwell. And shorten to Gamlin's
How
unwell.
about just Gamlin's dead?
Yeah.
Or Gamlinomore, short for Gamlin no more.
That's awful.
What? That's great.
Gambling more.
Yeah, Gamlinomore.
Just remember, you're the one who gave him disadvantage.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah. I tried to fuck him up with my best foot. No one else can intimidate me. Galen stuff, multiple sad faces. Is that you?
Yeah. This whole thing is me except for the first like 2 things. Have you even read all of it?
No. And I made an addition.
Oh no.
Ooh, it's getting strong and bottom.
Your cocoa.
Yeah, that's it.
Your
What?
mixer.
What?
Spider and jar.
You know, like,
Fuck did that come from? I don't remember that.
That was when we found the hag in the cave. I just took
Oh,
spider.
oh, okay.
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of random stuff.
I see.
I can't fly.
Didn't you have another
Have you
one?
read the reviews?
Oh, I've owned one before.
You've been staring at it this whole time. Yes, the answer is yes.
Not anymore. We have the answer. It's set your clock currently to 5.
I don't think I'm anonymous blue whale because it says I'm idle.
What?
I don't think I'm anonymous blue whale because it says idle. Like they're not there. I don't know who I am.
There's a blue whale and there's a shark. That's what I know.
Oh, I must be the shark because I see a penguin and a whale.
What are we talking about?
The
This
Google
magic
Doc.
eye.
Hey.
Hey. But also the Google Doc.
Hold on.
Check it out.
check it out.
Why?
My butt.
What
Oh!
game?
Oh! Oh! Ooh la la!
That's pretty nice.
Fuck that on you.
Yeah, but that's a lot of money.
Fucking worth
How
it.
much money?
It's like
140.
1 to 1.
35.
140.
For a watch?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
No,
Well,
it's
I
not.
mean-
That'll last for years.
Yeah, Mr.
So
Watch
I-
over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
You could pay
I
hundreds.
paid
for watches.
$150
Yeah.
for this in like 8th grade, and it's never failed me.
$15.
It survived everything.
$15.
Oceans, smashing into things.
I think this
Yeah,
might have
if
been
it does everything you need it to do, then
70.
I say go
That's
for
not
it.
how you.
Those are
do
solid
it.
too.
Yeah.
So is G-Shocks, my Nick has.
Oh,
Mine is
G-Shock.
Oh hell yeah, dude, it's sturdy and
So I.
Yeah, and
Slightly
solar
different
powered.
I don't think mine's solar powered.
Mine's solar powered.
Yeah.
It's great because I can tell when I've not been outside for a while because it'll be a blank screen and then I'll look at it and it'll be like,
That's how you tell. That's how you tell you need to go outside.
yeah.
It's like, what time is it? And you're like, oh, fuck, I need to go outside.
I'll look at my watch and it'll be blank because it tries to conserve its battery power. I'm like, oh shit. Alright. There have been days where I was desperate, so I just kind of put it next to a lamp for a day or two.
Ooh.
Behold, Jesus. That's what I'm gonna say.
Come
Just from the concert?
This was from my college choir 2 years ago.
And if you're military, please come up to the front.
Sorry,
Hallelujah.
Jesus.
We are now boarding.
What are you talking about?
Here's a response for that video you sent me.
Okay, did you actually get the moth, or is there just a second one in the house?
No, that's just the original.
That makes sense, because I looked up and I was like, oh, that's fucking great.
Now I kind of want to just get like a whole basket of like full moths and just release them in the house. And then just
A bag of them.
Grasshoppers or anything you buy, like, crickets, what can you buy? You buy 1,000.
you can buy like
Yeah.
1,000 like
Some fucking
ladybugs.
mealworms.
Buy like
That
1,000.
gross out. Mealworms are pretty gross looking. Sorry.
Well, I'm grossed out by that.
Pretty gross
Sorry,
looking.
Sorry about your computer that's in there right now.
David.
Oh, we walked over here, that's all.
That's awesome.
Dame un papel.
Un papel.
Dame un papel, por favor.
No tengo un papel.
I forgot Joanne was in choir.
I forgot your
Mónica,
mom was
si
in
tiene
choir.
un papel.
No papel.
Mónica.
Hang on.
Got a piece of paper?
Huh?
Got a piece of paper?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I have whiteboards for that shit.
Where Janet?
Where's Jeanette? Fuck.
Fuck.
Oh, it was such a fun tour. That was in Northern Ireland. We recorded that.
So,
At first, when I heard like the pitch vocals, it kind of threw me
We're
off.
going back in 3 minutes.
I'm going Jesus.
2 minutes.
I'm going Jesus.
Oh, sweet Lord Jesus.
Yeah.
You know what I think is the most interesting about all this nonsense? Is the fact that you weren't here for it, but Faye has a love letter from Ganlin's brother,
Like locks?
and Ganlin burnt that love letter, and Ganlin is now dead. And both of those characters are where you guys are going to be going, which is Gladden. Oh boy, here we go.
Good.
It's gonna be interesting. Oh, man.
And then I ended up drinking. Oh, these are pretty good.
Emily!
That's how it was.
I don't know where she is.
Beer in general. I'm like, oh, this is horrible. But I'm gonna get drunk. Now, like, once you learn like the subtleties, and then you're like, this is more fastball than something else.
How did you or something?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That
Like the
and
dole,
and
the big can thing. Yeah.
not the can, like
Jar
like
or a jug.
no, like yeah, like a cardboard jug.
Oh, okay.
One of those things that yeah, it's not
Oh.
that and
That's pretty
street
neat.
art. It's terrifying.
That's pretty cute.
It's
I
terrifying.
was in one of the classes that was
how
7.
well it works.
I'm not weird.
That's what's scary. It's not the fact that it's like, oh yeah, you can still taste it. No, it's the fact that it's
Oh,
everywhere. and
yes,
you
the snuggle
don't
puddle.
know that it's everywhere. You know it's alcohol,
Nice.
but
There was, this is at my
no,
college. There is no good way to take this picture without getting somebody's butt.
I
think that's probably the best angle.
Parts for it. So
Still
this
some
much
good
Also,
this much Everclear and this much of juice mixed.
appreciate what's happening.
It's like okay,
Really, really personal.
what is this now? Like maybe 3 shots or something. Right?
Welcome to
don't know where my Emery went.
What's jungle juice? Isn't that just all kinds of alcohols mixed into one?
Ooh, tell me what you think of this guy.
Because my Party City manager apparently made really good stuff for that. It's the only way I've heard it.
It's vodka.
Oh, it's
That is
9/11
it.
right
That's
now.
the whole video.
Oh, I'm probably gonna do it.
Who is he?
One of my really good friends from college.
Who is that man?
This says Kool-Aid and everything.
Grace and I have a video for you.
That's what that
Mm.
says.
Can I have some?
More stuff from that.
Hey.
Here, let me turn up.
Yo, first party death.
I know. Technically second.
Oh, it's already all the way up.
Technically, fourth.
What were the other ones?
Nugget turned into a rat.
Are you talking about them too?
John turned
Oh,
into a rat.
technically fourth, yeah.
Zion turned into a wolf.
So that's gonna come back. Based on what I've heard, I have a high suspicion. That'll be fun.
For who? I'll have fun, I'm sure.
Primarily, yeah.
Okay, watch the solo passing.
Where
It's
the fuck did
hilarious.
Emily go? Emery!
Handle some business? I don't know.
Emery!
That's why I want a fretless.
Guys, Emily actually died. I don't know where she went.
I'm gonna sneak behind
To the
you.
bathroom upstairs?
No, we just asked.
Oh,
I was like, is the
sorry, I was
door
watching
closed?
this.
And he's like, nah.
Watch, she's like, I'm done.
It's a good way to end it.
And then I'm like, no, you're not.
Oh.
And then I missed my cue. And then I missed it again. And then I missed it again.
He even counts you in.
Nailed it.
Very nice.
That is very
Our
nice.
first show is June 29th.
Is
Oh, so that's part of your jazz band?
Yeah, that's our bassist.
June 29th?
Yeah.
Alright.
We should pour a drink for Emily.
No, what we need to do is go to the fridge and roll 2 d20s. And that's the drink we pour. Slaker style.
Must be the money.
I'm trying to correlate where the dice roll.
Remember when Slaker was mixing drinks?
Yeah, but as far
Oh,
as
there you
what's
are.
around,
On such
that's
a
not, I don't think we have
winter's
enough
Where did you
tools.
go?
Upstairs.
Oh. I thought
We were
I was like,
calling
I
for you. I
thought
was
she
like,
was.
Emily.
Oh, I couldn't hear you.
Clearly.
Sorry.
Yeah, roll a new character.
Okay.
My fam.
Can I have some?
Excuse me.
Can I have some?
Oh, what?
Nothing.
Which girl did you match with? What's this?
Oh, it's the same thing. Can I have some?
Oh, this one? Yeah.
Oh.
And I still don't know which one she is. Okay? Overreact. I'm not going to overreact. Mutuals! Do we have any mutual friends? We know that she went to uni with these people. I need fucking answers. Do we know her Instagram? Facebook?
this, can you swap down and then we'll wrap up?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you know, we really should pour out a drink for Emily. Because I think that would be fun.
Oh.
Where Janice?
Weird.
That's a drink for you, for
Weird.
recipes.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
And Soul be there?
Yeah.
Ethel Fanny.
Who would like to participate in the crowd
Spiritual.
toast for
I will.
Gamla?
Yeah.
Alright.
As the greatest priest in this town,
It
definitely.
doesn't have to be an alcoholic drink either. I can grab like a soda for.
I got this.
Alright, you have a monster.
I've got water.
You have water.
Wow, I'm gonna get some water.
Okay.
You better not.
Nick, what you got?
You guys
If you got, do you
Yeah.
have stuff?
Yeah.
And then Galen, you have stuff?
Yeah, I got stuff.
Stuff.
You know.
I was talking to my parents up there, and you really can't hear anything in their room apparently, because I didn't hear you guys.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were like, are you racing?
Emily! Yeah.
Wow.
They have their TV up really loud, though, in my
Do you hear me
defense.
through the
That's
night?
fair.
Is that
Yeah.
your show?
It's pretty noise
Oh,
proof.
your
You
first
can't
show?
hear it down here.
Yeah.
It's like how my house is. Everyone's got the TVs
Pour
on
wine
really loud,
house,
and then it's just like I'm sitting in my
in
room.
Louisville.
Yeah.
I can hear it.
Okay.
It's crazy
By
because I
Sweet
can
Cow?
hear it like in the
I
morning. I
don't
guess their
know
door is
where
probably
it's
open.
I know where it is.
But my door is
I can find
closed,
it.
so I wish I didn't hear it through it. But
29.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah, we're like almost ready, but it's gonna be a little rough.
you're
That's-
almost 30?
We're almost
Yes.
ready for the
Oh.
show.
Oh,
We finally
we're
got a
almost
show.
30.
nice.
Also, if you know any places to start booking, the boys aren't doing it.
Okay.
Boys aren't doing anything.
What is this?
My jazz trio.
I have a guy who's already doing all the booking because he like knows everyone in the
That's
state who
good.
does shows and stuff. So
It could be. This thing is a phone.
Oh, I see it.
But I was like, yeah, you'd be good.
Just
We
under
don't-
the radar
It's
jazz
not like a real. It
places.
doesn't look like a
Okay.
phone that exists.
Because
It's
we're a
space
trio,
bar.
so
Yeah,
you
I
wanna
mean,
do
technically
like
it doesn't
places
look
that
like
are.
calculated.
El
Not
Chapultec,
either,
that's a good
Could
place.
be.
Huh?
It's got the part.
El Chapultec
Yeah.
Know where these are.
Yeah.
or El
The library.
Chapultec.
Yeah.
Chipotle?
Old phone.
El Chapultec is a small
Yeah,
jazz
Chipotle.
place
It is,
downtown.
yeah.
Alright, everybody got their drinks?
I got my drink.
It's down by 16.
Right?
Well, you
Right.
don't need that.
No.
Hold up. Drink.
Or
Thanks, Mr. Long.
Grabs the.
no, it's not by 16th, just kidding. It's in Lodo.
It's in.
So it's right next to Corsfield, but they, I don't know if they book groups, but they play jazz there.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Thanks.
Alright.
To Ganlin.
Cheers.
Gonna pretend like
There
you're
we go.
Well, that was
Saddest trick I've ever had.
Yeah.
Now get out.
Not the house.
Get out of your house till you make a new character.
Yeah.
So,
Go to your
Oh my
room
God.
until you make a new character.
Here next week.
Yeah, go to your room until you make a new character.
Fine.
so, Rudy.
I like my room, so.
Rudy gingerly takes Ganlin away and goes through the cremation process in a specified area of the church, and then returns with a small wooden bowl with very specific etchings on the side of it, as well as a.
Please tell me it says spawn off, fam. Spawn off.
No, it's just.
Oh no.
Yeah, they're more decorative. He returns with a bowl, a wooden bowl, and says, "There you go, for your friend Ganlin," and then
What's Ganlin gonna do with those?
grabs whatever belongings he's kind of brought back in the chest you guys had, and says, "Here are the ashes. Do with them as you will. I'll pass them to the holy man."
I was thinking we'd hang on to these I'll spread them out to you guys in vials or something, just bags, whatever. And then as we adventure on, we'll spread them on our journey. Huh?
Indeed.
Yeah, alright. Just keep this in my hands for now. We'll part it out later. Yeah, alright. We'll give you the smallest portion out of respect for the dead.
If you need more things, I'm sure there's a place in town that you can get vials, urns, something
For
of
free?
the sort.
Is this a primo urn you got
It
here?
depends on what you're getting. Usually, when it comes to the fallen, there are some shops that will donate to the cause, especially here in Garenswell. There's not very many deaths that happen out here, but reverence only gets so far depending on what kind of vessels you're containing.
Fair enough. Well, I appreciate the assistance with cremation and everything. Yeah.
I'm going to be speaking with Ugorum very shortly, but I believe he has some kind of favor or the like for you guys to tomorrow to act on, if you would be willing to stay the night.
Sure. Might
Are
as
we
well,
still
we
in
got
the
nowhere
church?
else to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just lay down on P then. Okay.
I'm sorry, I meant at Green Dragon Inn. Points out the door.
You understand?
That place again.
Yeah. Have service in the morning. I can't have you here. People will kind of get mad at you.
I can be a halfling.
It's not that. It's the sleeping on the pews.
Oh, then I just get up and walk to the front of the sanctuary and kind of like dog twirl and lay down.
Kindly leave, madam.
What is madam?
It's one half of a she.
You have to decide which half.
Oh gosh.
Madam, one half of Sahi.
Alright. So he kind of gestures for the lot of you to walk out, and Ugorum is he's standing there kind of waiting at the door for Rudy.
Okay.
What do you guys do?
Back to the why the?
It's only a little bit after midday, so
Oh.
if you guys want to like grab stuff, pick up supplies, if you want to go get things to carry Gamlin in
Rudy, right?
for the father.
Yeah.
What about him?
Rudy, I have. Well, this, and I pull out the shin guard. Who can make something out of this?
Father.
That's a good question. If you want, I can send Finn to come find you later today.
Who's Finn?
He's my assistant.
And he can make something out of it?
No, he can find someone who could, or I can go through the records and see if anyone would be able to. What are you looking to make out of it?
Something.
Can you be more specific?
Small? Carryable. Maybe wearable. Not on my shin. They tend to change sizes. The shins.
So you're looking for someone to make it wearable?
Yeah, or carryable, but not in not in my bag. Like noticeable.
So wearable?
Slaker doesn't know how to articulate.
I know. That's what's funny.
Yeah, and noticeable, but not detracting. Yeah, I can just wait for Finn.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through the records and see who can make it fashionable? Is that the word you're looking for?
What is fashionable?
Fashionable, like, I'm trying really hard to not quote Guardians of the Galaxy right now. Where it's the something to make the other girls go, ooh, that's nice.
Well, your hard trying just failed because you just quoted it.
Yeah, but Rudy didn't.
Uh-huh.
It's multiple person.
Fashionable would be you wear it to make other people think you're wearing something cool or good looking.
Well, sort of. I just don't care about other people. It doesn't have to be
So I was looking at the skeleton.
good looking. I just want to wear it to make other people think.
Think what?
This is probably the awkwardest conversation that father's ever had.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. He's pretty old.
Yeah.
What is that? Why is that? What is that?
So you want to wear it to make other people confused?
No. I want to wear it for me.
This is how I feel when I go clothes shopping all the time.
But
You want to wear it to make people
But-
confused? I want to wear it for me.
okay.
I want it to
Well,
be fashionable.
I will send Finn to the tavern when he's off duty.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Spawn off. And then I walk away.
He and Egorum enter the church and the doors close behind. Alright, you guys are in the middle of town at Garenswell. What do you do?
I'm gonna go look for vials and stuff to portion out the ashes.
Great. And then afterwards, do you want to not talk to the sheep?
It's fine.
Cool.
Yeah, we can do it.
Um,
I'll go with toes.
Are you just are you looking for any old vials, or are you looking for something better or not?
Something preferably sturdy for travel, so that way if everyone in the party's carrying it and they get knocked down, then they're not gonna like lose all their ashes.
Like it's not gonna break.
Yeah. I mean, like a bag would probably, like a sack, like with a cinch would probably work, but
That probably looks awful.
I mean,
It's a small town.
yeah, it would just full of ashes.
Thank you.
Okay. Looking around town, you can see that there's some kind of a kind of like general wares shop.
when you enter in, you can see this this slightly older gentleman. He's not elderly by any means, but he's definitely midlife, roughly. And what looks to be his younger daughter are kind of set up inside the larger structure. As you walk in, he's like, "Hey there, what can I help you with?"
Hey, I was looking for something. Can store this in
I'm still in slot.
smaller pieces. I'm just trying to have all my friends carried around personally, you know.
Friends carrying friends, you know?
Oh dear.
Are you looking for, like, getting from one destination to the other and then having it on a shelf?
No, personal carry, memento kind of thing. But we're travelers, you know, so we go on
Oh,
battles. and stuff.
memento! Can you turn this into a wearable memento?
I can't, but there might be someone else in town who could. Probably. Wearable wear.
Yeah.
I mean, what part of your person are you looking to wear it if you're wearing it as a memento?
Something that doesn't change constantly.
Exhausting.
I'll think about it.
Okay. Well,
Sorry, and then I just turn around and start like messing with the vials on the shelf.
anyways, referring to the Hellspawn,
Spawn?
Oh no.
we have
You spawned hell?
Yeah, we'll get into it later.
we have a couple of like hotter vials, unless you're looking for like maybe I guess a canteen would work, but I don't know if that's what you're intending or not. It kind
Canteen
of
might,
depends on what you're thinking about using with it.
canteen might be too large. It's just for the sake of personal carry during an adventure. I mean, I guess a canteen would work. Just think maybe smaller, like a vial, almost like a vial on a string, but something that's just not glass. Like a steel vial. I don't know if that's even a thing.
I mean, the best that I can think of is like a canteen for. I mean, I could have a thicker glass. It would cost you more, but I don't know if it's as durable as
Just
straight metal would be.
Yeah. I would do the canteens, I guess.
All right. Then in that case, are you looking for just one or?
Thank you for your sweet advice.
Oh.
I mean, here, we need,
I just make you wear it right
we need 5.
5.
Yeah.
So for 5 canteens, that is 3 gold each. So 15 gold pieces total. And then he looks to his daughter and just kind of does
15?
a little.
I'm gonna use persuasion and say, what's half of 15? 7.
7.5.
Roll with disadvantage because you asked what half of 15 was.
Alright, well, let me try something.
9.
He
Hold
looks
on.
at you and he's like, no. That covers the cost of someone else making it, considering it's a smaller item, and then having it transported here.
Fine, then 10.
Wait, hold on. I just want to point out, this is to carry a dead friend of ours who we just had a procession for. Rudy said that the town would be probably generous enough to give us a deal.
Friends
Okay,
carrying
roll normally.
friends.
Okay.
Roll normally.
Darla?
For deception?
You don't.
This would be
That's not deception.
It's persuasion.
That's just persuasion.
Oh, alright.
You haven't lied, technically.
I mean, Rudy didn't necessarily promise anything.
He didn't promise, but he did recommend.
That's
Friends
true.
carrying friends. For 10?
You said persuasion?
Yeah.
Is this Jeopardy?
Like, 11.
11.
Friends
He
came,
looks.
friends
He looks at
did.
you and he says, "I'm willing to part with a few glass vials, or just a couple of pouches for
Not you.
out of respect for the
Yeah, it
fallen. But if you're looking for something more sturdy
Dirt.
to take, then I would charge for that.
Well,
And I
Yes.
apologize for your loss.
I appreciate it. I guess we could take the, the pouches and vials.
So like 5?
Just because it's
The
something.
pouches and vials.
Yeah, just something to carry, something to have on hand, and then when we can find something a little better, something more accurate to what we're looking for, maybe we'll just swap it out then.
Alright. As far as that goes, do you have a preference for either of them?
Between pouches and vials?
Yeah.
Let's go
For
with pouches.
yeah. If I were to recommend,
Who is who?
I would say the pouches are better for travel, but you have to be more careful with them. Otherwise, it could just kind of open up, fly out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
if you if you're using glass vials, you can put a stopper at the top. It would just be a worry about breaking it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with the pouch, I think. We have a tendency to fall down the line.
The glass vials in the pouches that if they break.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know if they want to give us double stock.
Yeah, I'll part ways with one of each, well, like one for each of you. But if you want to double up,
That'd be extra. Okay.
that'll be up to you guys.
We'll just do it the pouches.
Just the pouches.
Yeah.
All right. And then his daughter walks back with her arms full of canteens, and he goes, "They're going with pouches. You can just set those down here." And she's like, "Okay, Daddy." And this is kind of like it goes underneath the counter and just starts setting it on
What
the shelf.
is daddy?
Would you like to explain? I'll be fetching the pouches. And
Sure.
then walks away.
How don't you describe Daddy? How were you born? Oh yeah, alright. I shouldn't ask.
I was made.
Right, you were made. So basically, well, I don't know. Let me think here. I'm a priest. I'll just go with the natural order of things. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's one Big Daddy, and he's like up in the sky and stuff. And he naturally loves everybody. So basically, this is like her little daddy. But we just say Dad. That's all you really need to know.
That's all.
Zion and Jan, what are the two of you doing?
Jan has been praying.
Okay.
And sitting mostly, contemplating.
Just outside the church steps, like walking around, mumbling to himself, praying.
Sure, we'll say that. Not
Okay.
mumbling, but pacing.
Praying to whom?
Pacing. Elijah's.
You know he's just an angel, he's not God, right?
Well, but Delara. But also him talking to him.
Yeah, pray to Big Daddy.
Yeah.
Sounded
What
weird.
you like to just
Yeah, pretty
Never
Or
say
Delara.
that.
I mean, I think of both.
Okay, pick one. Because Valandris is a physical being that will talk your ear off, and Dolora is more God.
Yeah. Well, that message got to Valandris. But he's also kind of, he's a representative of Big Daddy.
Represent.
Zoom.
So you spawned hell
It's like a slur. It's like a negative thing to say to someone like me. Just cause I look, you see these horns, you know, and see I got red skin. I mean, you got red skin. Anyway, you know how people don't seem to like run away when they see you in your normal form? Like they're scared or like intimidated?
They always are.
Well, maybe not when you're Squire, but we're not.
No, not Squire.
Yeah, so in normal form, you're always intimidated. If people are always intimidated by you, and then they probably, that's because there's a lot of like racism.
It's a little bit racist.
It's okay. You'll get used to it. Does that explain anything?
So I can call you Hellspawn?
Sure. Might as well. Just not when I'm the king. Because that'll confuse people.
Wenceslas.
Exactly. And it's a different spawning. Just point that out. Also, it's not proven. There's no origin yet of my said spawning, so
You spawned?
no, the hell spawn aspect. I don't know where I came from. Let's put it that way.
What is a different spawn? There's only spawn.
Just being resurrected. You know what I'm saying? Being born, birth, pulled out of the ground.
You were
Portals.
pulled out of the ground.
I don't know what happened. I was born.
Even Zion.
Zion also wants to look for a vial or urn to put some of Gamlen's ashes in.
Separate of these two?
I guess I'm gonna tag along behind them.
Okay.
Through this whole
You wearing a shirt?
through this whole process of getting the vial for Gamlen's ashes.
Oh yeah. You satisfied with how our transactions have been dealt with?
All done.
He spawned hell.
Nice.
Normally he's just like, "Rawr!" when he hears that, he's like, nice.
Emily, what are you doing as far as your character?
I don't know yet.
Have you started?
Not really. No.
Could you?
Yeah.
Do you need help with that?
I mean,
Also?
I have the creating a character page, so I'm gonna start there.
Okay. Holler if you need help.
Okay.
Same level as Gamlen, but not the same XP.
Okay.
Which really sucks because you were close to leveling.
Alrighty, so we've got our bags.
Now I need to find someone who can make this into a wearable memento.
Oh yeah.
I just set up shop when I'm in town. I wouldn't know offhand. Not immediately, at least.
Like a blacksmith or anything?
I feel like a smithy would be more effort. If you're only wearing it as a memento and not as an armament, then maybe just a tailor would work.
It's a good call. Do you know the closest clothier?
Clothier.
Is the town relatively busy, would you say?
Relatively for a very small town, yeah.
Watch and learn. I learned some things from the hunter. I'm gonna turn into the squire, and I'm gonna go out and find someone in the street and use deception and say, "Excuse me, this was my mother's, and well, she just died. And can you help me find someone to turn it into a memento?"
Okay, you're just first stranger you come across?
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead and roll deception.
15.
Alright. The person looks at you and you approach a
I'm making a squinty face.
okay. You approached a like not terribly old gentleman who has a decent amount of armor on him, and he looks at you and says, poor halfling, I'm so sorry. Well, you're looking to equip this item?
Well, I can't exactly wear it because I mean it won't fit me, but I want to change it into something I can keep with me to always have a piece of my mother.
Okay, well, my name is Kenley, and I can certainly try to help with that. Are you looking to wear it on your own shin?
No, not my shin. You see, I'm gonna grow, and it needs to be something that can grow with me.
You're a halfling.
But I'm still a child.
I have not known any halflings getting any bigger than you are now.
Fatter. We get fat.
Around the middle? He's very confused.
I don't want it on my shin.
Okay, well...
Maybe like a bracelet or a ring or a necklace.
So you want to break it up and make it smaller.
Just part, maybe?
So break it into one part? 2 parts?
Just someone who can turn it into something. I don't care how many parts.
Just do a thing.
With magic?
With whatever they use. Are you watching?
Yeah, I'm watching from the doorstep.
Yeah, you see this poor guy trying to piece together what the heck he's being asked. He looks at you and he's like, if you want it turned into like a ring or something, I think you'll have to find a wizard to actually turn it into that. But if you're just looking for someone to let you wear it, then I would recommend a tailor.
Well, you see, I only have 5 gold pieces, so whichever.
How much do you have? Just 5?
8.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, roll deception.
7.
You only have 5 gold pieces, but finish your sentence.
But I was hoping to find someone that would take 5 gold pieces. So whichever would take that.
I would probably recommend a tailor if you follow, and he basically just points south east. He's like, if you follow that path down towards where the forge is, and he like grabs your shoulder to not like grab, but whatever. He points and he's like, see where that anvil is? If you stop before the anvil, there's a building on the right. That should be her tailor shop.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sure.
Come on, Hellspawn!
Oh my god.
Yeah. He looks up and sees the half demon and he's just like hand on belt.
Alrighty. Zion, let's
I'll
head
make
on
my
over.
way there.
Let's get on over.
You know,
Make
no.
our way.
Who is the naked man?
That's me.
Oh.
It's not.
You know you're sharing nudes over there.
I'll send you one.
I don't think I want it. So presumably I make my way there.
Okay. Yeah. You approach and
Same conversation happens for a third time.
okay. You open the door and there's a rather robust, burly woman who is kind of moving just large bolts of
That's not it?
wool
No,
and
that's
silk
Like in the
and
mirror?
stuff throughout the
No,
shop.
it's me. It's the reflection.
That's why I
Oh,
asked.
So
you're looking in a mirror? Excuse me.
Yep, what can I help you with?
Well, you see, I have a shin plate that was my mother's, but she recently passed away, and I was hoping to make it into a wearable memento.
Perception.
17.
Right.
That was a vicious R.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Well, so you want it wearable? Are you just looking for a strap, or are you looking for?
Something that will fit when I get bigger.
Well, first, you're a halfling. You're not getting much bigger. Second, I'm not buying whatever the pity me story is. So, cut to the chase. Who do you want it for? How big? How little?
You're not gonna like the answer. I want it for me. For. Hang on, I'm finding my notes. 100 pounds to 400 pounds of a person thing. I told you when I get bigger.
I want it for when I grow up. To save my old body.
Look, to me, it sounds like it's more for not when you get bigger, but when you get wider.
Sure.
But still your shin?
No.
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 Where? It's different measurements for different places. So.
Well, like a bracelet or a ring or a necklace or something, whatever you can do.
Okay, so you know that the piece is like that tall.
Yep.
I'm not gonna curve that into a ring or a bracelet because it'll break.
Then necklace it is.
I can put a hole in it and make it a necklace, but that would be pretty annoying, having it just literally smack against you all day
Well,
as
then
you're walking.
make it smaller.
I would have to break it
That's
to
fine.
do that.
You can
Okay.
keep this bare metal.
How small?
Not annoying sized.
Oh dear.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah. She puts her hand out to grab. Just breaks off a piece. It's about that big. And then she just kind of throws the rest of it behind the counter and then walks over to the edge and just kind of reaches over the counter. You hear tink, 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 tink. Pulls out yeah, she pulls out a decent sized piece of twine. She goes, how nice do you want this necklace?
Durable?
Durable. Cheap or not?
That's up to the hellspawn.
How cheap is cheap when we're talking like what it's like?
5 coppers per inch of twine.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, for twine, alright. Ah, what the hell. How long do you want it?
I get 400.
Yeah. Well, okay, well, how fat does your neck get? Then you gotta let it hang.
How
You're not
fat is
being
your
fat.
neck? Have you ever measured it?
Sure, no. 1, 2, a hand's length. That's
Hand's length, alright.
Okay. It's twine, we'll get more later.
No, it needs to be longer than hand's
Wait,
length.
can you make it fit the current... Can you
Blue's
make
the
it fit?
biggest, right?
Yeah.
Can you make it cinch, like, adjustable?
Okay.
I could for another silver.
Said 1 copper per inch.
Yeah.
No, it's a silver to make it cinch?
Yeah.
That's like a piece, that's like a washer.
You want it
will slide it
adjustable,
through.
right? Yeah.
Do you have any, how much is a washer?
I don't have a washer. That's why it's a silver.
Do you have a circular item with a hole in it?
I know what a washer is, darling.
I mean, besides a washer that you have for sale.
No. This is a tailor's, not a smith.
Okay, then let's get 4 feet of twine.
4 feet.
Yeah, that's what? And we said how many coppers per twine inch?
5.
Alright.
Okay, watch carefully. I need to fit anything from this to, and then I change blue. Ladies and gentlemen, I now look like this.
Wow, what an unsettling moment in the tailor shop.
She seems relatively unfazed.
Yeah.
She looks at you and goes, alright, so, yeah, 4 feet's probably a good call. That's 2 silver 40 for if you want twine, but if you want something that's more durable than twine, there's a markup on the price.
What's the next step up?
I mean, honestly, probably silk.
You said what was it?
Probably silk. If you're looking for something that's durable,
What's
I could have wool, but that'll fray and split up.
What's
easily.
the silk price for 4 feet?
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it! I'll do it!
What's going on?
Spare me.
Which one is yours?
This one.
Are you just enjoying the show at the tailor's?
For the full 4 feet, that's
Yes, I am.
Yes.
I'll mark it down 24 silver.
Fine. We'll do 24 silver for 4 feet of silk. We'll get a washer somewhere else. I'm sure I can find a piece of anything on the ground to make it work.
Alright,
So just hook us up with the silk.
3 silver for the piece.
We'll do the 3 silver for the piece. How much was it for the silk?
24.
Okay, so we'll do 27.
Total of 27.
Okay. A deal. Well, how much was it for the washer again?
Like 1, but
Alright, just round it up. Just give us the washer. We'll do 20. Can you do 27?
I don't have a washer, so it'll be like a 10-minute trip.
Well, how much are you going to pay for the washer?
This is trade secrets, Fred.
Alright, well, let's not take the washer. Give us the 4 feet of silk for 28, and then you do whatever you need to do with the other thing.
Alright, so 27, 3 of which is me breaking this giant piece of metal, 24 for
Wait.
silk.
Do we get any discount for you keeping part of the metal, the
No.
scraps? Okay, alright, that's great. We'll keep the scraps then, ourselves.
I'm keeping it.
Well, then what's the discount? Why do you get the
You don't get a
$200?
discount.
Then don't keep the scraps.
I am keeping the scraps.
Why are
That's
you
how it
keeping the
works.
scraps?
Because I broke it off for you.
Yeah, and we procured it.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I want to do something with those scraps later.
Looks at the blue one. Do you want the necklace or no?
Yes.
Alright, 27.
It almost killed him, so I want to keep it.
Alright, 27 silver.
Discount for the like, persuasion?
I don't need to try.
Modded 20.
Mod 20? 26.5 silver.
Wow, what a deal. Alright, that's as good as it's going to get. Fine. Yeah,
Look,
take
here's
it.
the thing. I'm already giving you some off for the silk, because I'm not going to use a full bolt. I'm cutting it off for you so that it's a nicer necklace.
Fine. We can do that.
Alright. And then she grabs the 2 pieces, walks over to a bench, just basically pulls a spool of silk, just literally goes like this, like, and then grabs a pair of scissors, goes, and then just kind of threads it through, gives it a nice quick tie, and then goes, alright, 4-foot necklace with silver piece attachment.
Begrudgingly give over the 27 pieces.
Thanks for doing business with Marquise. Have a wonderful day.
Yep, you bet. Can you point us to the blacksmith?
Walk outside. I'm sure you'll find it.
Thanks. You've been a fucking pleasure.
Spawn off!
Or not.
And I'll
Spawn off.
with them.
Alright.
Bye.
Bye, David.
Bye.
Bye, David!
Good
Sounds
night.
roll perception for me.
Is it snowing at 20?
At 20?
Yep.
Excellent.
I'll make
You
sure.
walk
What the heck,
outside
it is
and
snowing.
immediately to
Yeah.
the right there's a forge.
I heard it was supposed to be snowing.
You can see why she was a little.
Is it
Be a
sticking?
little,
It's
yeah.
like,
Probably not. Well, it's actually pretty cold up
Actually, a little bit.
Oh,
It's
great.
like 30 something.
there. Like, fuck off.
That means I have to get
Wow,
up
it
earlier
actually
tomorrow
is.
because it's snowing.
Oh, is it snowing?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's sticking. What the fuck?
Man, it's May 20th.
This is why I don't want to drive the Fall River Road. It probably won't be paid. Alright. I mean, it should be fine, but I don't want. If it does this, nope. I ain't going up those hills.
Grayson, you
Bye.
Snapchat while you drive. You've done much more dangerous things.
I should what?
I said you already Snapchat while you drive, so you already do more dangerous things than drive up hills in snow.
That's much more manageable. Ice is not.
Agree to disagree.
I'm gonna walk over the old forge here and say, "Hey, Smithy, how much
Hey,
for a
Smithy.
washer? Or of the like." That should be more than a silver. That'll piss me off.
Alright, the 2 of you and Zion
Yeah.
walk over
Zion?
and
Zion?
ooh, fuck, this is testing my memory. Who's there? Yeah. You walk over to the smithy and you see this more portly gentleman with large black beard and longer black hair. He kind of turns around and he's like, I'm sorry, what are you asking for?
It's like a washer, like a ring, just something.
A small one?
Yeah, just something I could fit this silk through.
Where's this big blue frog behind me?
Yeah, he's decidedly ignoring the blue frog. And then as he goes to turn around, he notices the gnome, and he goes, "Wait a minute." I know you two. You're the ones what saved my daughter.
Hey, sure,
Ah.
yeah. What do you know?
He goes and shakes your hand.
Yeah.
This awkward handshake of mine one.
Yes,
Through the DM screen.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. You know what? Washer on the house. Normally I charge like silver-ish. Somewhere in that realm. It depends on how bad of a day I've had. but for you lot, you're fine.
Fair
And
enough.
He literally
Well, that's
just, like,
very kind of you.
what can I say? Favor spent, favor earned, and he walks off and goes and grabs, small piece of metal and just pokes a hole through with one of his tools and walks back over. There you go.
Alrighty, and then I hand it over to Slaker and go, there you go. You're all set up.
How do I use that to make this adjustable?
Put the loop through the hole.
He looks at the two of you and he's like, alright, is there anything else that I can do for you while you're still in town? I haven't seen you in, a couple weeks.
Good thought. Well, I don't know. What time do you get out of here?
What time do I get out of
Yeah,
here?
what time do you get out?
Well, frankly, it's a small town. I've gotten through most of my orders today. It's the middle of the week, so there's not a lot, but I think I got maybe one more order, so maybe an hour.
Alright, well, what do you guys like to do around here for...
You promised me to play talk to the sheep.
Yeah,
Don't
well,
talk
that's
to the sheep.
probably part of it. We'll get there. What do you think tonight on the town? We can go to the bar, we can all have a drink together, a toast to your daughter's health and to our dead friend.
Dead friend?
Yeah, we had a friend die.
Remember the big red one? That's
You're talking about yourself?
He points at the red one
not.
of the three of
The
you.
cute little halfling.
Oh, halfling.
I recognize this one,
I see
and
how it
Zion looks up and goes, no, I don't, I'm sorry.
But we had another friend. Part of the party that saved your daughter passed away in a separate excursion.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear about that. Truly, I am. I mean, frankly, you seem like a good lot.
Just getting appreciated. Not everybody thinks the same, unfortunately. But
Well,
Yeah, one look at me, people go running.
Just imagine a blue frog.
just. Alright, well, yeah, exactly. Just they look at me and people go running.
Look at me
Oh,
and
man,
people
these-
are running.
You can go
Oh
running.
man, it's a real problem, eh? He looks at the three and he's like, well, you know what? Let me take a seat. Take a seat. Let me take a seat. Look over the order real quick, and I might be out sooner than an hour. If you want to go meet at the
Meet
end.
you at the end? Alrighty, yeah, we'll get started.
First
Alright.
one to talk to the sheep loses.
It's a drinking game.
I don't think I played that one. Alright. Well, yeah. I'll see what's going on, and then heads off to the other side of the forge where there's a decidedly cleaner area where there's not a lot of soot and stuff because there's just a big barrier like separating it from the larger billows and whatnot on the other part of the forge. All of it is kind of stationed outdoors underneath some kind of a canopy.
Gotcha.
Alright, what do you guys do after?
Yes, we're gonna head to the tavern.
Cool, okay.
So I heard it.
What have you been doing, Grayson?
comes with.
Just been praying.
Oh,
Yeah, I've been praying.
Is there anything else that you've been doing?
No.
What have you been doing, Dan?
Trying to build a new character, thanks.
Out of Legos or?
Yes.
Later.
Yes, actually.
I hope so.
What else would I build it out of?
Yeah, looks like
Oh,
Lego.
no.
Jordan, I gotta go.
Yeah.
What's that? Give them a secret.
That's what I discovers a murder.
When a clown discovers what?
A murder.
No shit.
Then he backs out.
Good one.
And then he packs up.
Seemed to fit the gesture.
I'm officially blue. Now everyone can see everything. There's only 2 more. Blue, and now there's only 1 more.
Pool and spool.
Cool.
No, I haven't been green.
No, you haven't.
Ooh. Sorry.
What was I gonna say? Hey, Galen, take 100 XP. Ha ha ha.
Ooh.
Wah,
Oh,
wah.
thanks.
I'm so generous. Look at me. You call me Mr. Nice DM.
No.
Look,
I know, just kidding.
if it helps, I wasn't the one with the rescue ring who could have stopped someone from dying.
Also not the
Yeah.
one who got disadvantage.
Yeah.
Also true. Jan, you're kind of getting shat on, buddy.
That's not unusual.
Not even just the party. Literally, an angel of God is like,
I
dude,
know.
you done fucked up.
Yeah, keep praying, buddy. You're gonna need it.
He literally asked the angel, like,
What's that?
he's like, is my soul at risk?
I mean, I've been transformed. I've been cursed. So yeah. That's one reason to worry about.
Am I still worthy?
I get to meet this beauty soon. I'm so happy.
Cool.
What's that?
Cyberpunk.
That is a blue.
A blue.
That is a
It's
blue.
a half orc.
Oh.
A hot half orc. Dare I say? Hold on. Wait for it. It's worth it. I promise.
Hey, anybody have metal dice?
No.
No.
A strong
Monica
lady
does.
that can have her way with
Yeah.
a boulder by pushing it.
Oh dear.
Metal?
I dropped that earlier.
Yeah.
I had no idea
That's
where
fine.
it went.
I already put my dice away.
There you go.
Would you
So,
rather not have it? Though?
so yeah, tonight, you've been yelled at for killing the dragonborn,
Mm-hmm.
not using your ring,
Mm-hmm.
fucking up Galen's resurrection, and losing a die.
Mm-hmm.
I'm losing a what?
A
And
die.
losing a die.
Been a good day for Grace.
What was this?
Cool.
Yeah, there you go.
XP?
Now he extra discovered a murder.
Oh man. Just like went right through his hair.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Completely
10
missed the head.
I don't know.
His hair,
Well,
like,
we really
floated
just
above his
talked.
head.
That's one
Look
to
at it.
I'd
original.
like to imagine that's the top
Yeah.
of his head.
That was
Yeah.
I
talking.
can see that.
We didn't have to go on a spiritual journey this time, though.
Yeah, I'll distribute a number at a different time.
3.5 XP.
3.5.
I wouldn't do
Just so
that.
you know, I've already changed my sheet for the slot.
Would be a blue slot or?
Yeah, some of my stats change.
Yeah.
So I'm even more down.
Wait.
Yeah, that's blue for you. That's accurate. Ganrin.
Mm-hmm.
What's your new character?
No, I'm still picking a class.
Are you doing Valley Girl
I'm
idea?
thinking about it, yeah.
Oh dear. No.
I
Yeah.
really do think a good Valley Girl would be a rogue.
I might.
Because I think that would be really funny.
Not a noble?
Do a druid.
There's not a noble.
Oh.
Oh my god, a druid.
A druid valley girl.
Oh my god.
Where do you
I'm
come
just
from? I come
so-
from the valley.
Which
Look, here's the
The
thing.
Valley
I'm
of
just,
Valleys?
I'm just so in tune with like nature and stuff, and like
Hippie druid.
I'm
You
gonna
don't
like
understand.
align my chakras. So y'all need to get out of here.
that's more monk.
Yeah. What is
You're like-
chakra?
You're more like
Like, I don't have to answer that.
Slater doing Valley Girl?
Slaker will be mocking valley girl.
Slaker will be like doing whatever.
Slaker had a
Slaker
hard time
wants.
not referring to himself as Slaker when Gamlin
I
was talking
know.
about Gamlin.
I know. That's why it's funny. Slaker just kind of adapts to whatever's happening.
That is Slaker, yes.
sometimes when like I'm all alone, I'll go out to the woods and just do a little bit of, you know, intermittent yoga and really focus on my breath, and literally like these fucking creeper trees will just like womp my willow, and it's just the worst. God. Oh my god.
I don't know. So that's an idea. But
I like the idea of the druid. I like the idea of you playing something that we don't have, because I think it makes for interesting party dynamics when
Yeah.
you swap that
I'm
up.
also just trying to pick a race right now, or like a class.
Valley Girl,
Yeah.
Elf or Half Elf, I think is my instant
Yeah.
pick.
I was thinking
But-
maybe elf, but they seem too peaceful.
Elf?
Well, or like, yeah, like
No, they can
I
be
was
pretty
reading it and it
pretentious.
was like
Bear with me.
not peaceful,
Halfling,
but
hippie druid.
See, my brain for hippie druid goes furball.
What's that?
It's like a literal part bear, part giant person. Ish. Do you know?
What about a tabaxi?
Tabaxi is a cat person. That's not terrible. I feel like Tabaxi would be more high strung. Hippies are laid back. Here, let me show you the furball. If you know,
I don't know what a furball
What?
is. Don't they look like, I don't know, just wait to see.
you know Pumat Soul from Critical Role? Hey, I'm Pumat Soul. Welcome to
I haven't seen Critical Role.
the Vulnerable Vagrant. Pumat Soul is like, Matt voices him as like Minnesotan, Canadian, somewhere in that realm. Let me pull it right, because it's really funny.
Or a wood elf druid.
Wood Elf Druid is like right up hippie alley. I'm gonna hit the button.
I gotta go, guys.
see ya.